We're recording! Hello, everybody! It's Matt. I forgot what I had to say.
Welcome to the show. We are the Bonsai Movie Crew.
Welcome to the show. We are the Bonsai Movie Crew. I'm Matt, and I'm here with
Joseph
and Karen.
It's me again, so it's going to be a little weird.
It's going to be a little weird. It's always weird when Matt hosts.
Okay, so we're just going to go right into it with what everybody's been watching.
I mean, news?
News?
Yeah.
With news.
You got this, man.
Yes!
We're going to go in with news.
These are my
All
favorite
right.
episodes.
Okay, Joseph.
All right, I got a little bit of news. So I'm going to start off with a few trailers because there's some trailers this week, you know?
I watched the second trailer for Super Mario Brothers. It had pretty much whatever the first one had.
Pretty much.
I didn't know there was a second one.
I think it just came out.
I don't really want to get too much into the Mario Brothers
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't.
I like going into movies blind.
I watch one trailer usually.
Yeah,
and I'm
one
done.
trailer, that's good enough for me. If it pulls my attention, that's all I need.
I don't usually even watch a trailer unless somebody goes, "Hey, you should check this out."
Right, yeah. If I can avoid a trailer, then I'll do that.
Yeah.
But, all right, so I got some trailers this week. There's a trailer up. Actually, I just saw this today. I think this just came out today. It's a movie called Blood. It's got, I don't know her name. She was in some stuff and everything.
That's real
very
clear.
That's very descriptive. Can you give me any hint at all? Maybe I can help.
Don't know her name.
I'm usually pretty good at this.
She was in some of the
something.
She was in some of the Mission Impossible movies.
No, that doesn't help.
She I don't know. Hold on a second. I'll tell you in a minute. Let me.
I mean, you don't have to. I was just trying to be helpful. Okay. I was just
I'm
trying
gonna
to
help you out.
Okay.
Her name is
Monica Bellucci.
No.
Is that a real person?
Yes.
Michelle Monaghan.
Close enough, yeah.
Monaghan. She was in the first season of True Detective and stuff. So
I gotta see pictures. I'm not good with like names.
This isn't a very this isn't really. I mean, I guess it's what she looks like.
Oh.
Yeah. She usually looks more mommy-ish, like in movies and stuff. Like she doesn't. Like obviously here she's got a bunch of makeup and shit on.
Okay.
But she it's got her in it. I don't really know who else. But it looks like it's about some kid that apparently gets some kind of infection or disease or something, contracts something from like this dead tree. And it looks pretty wild. But like if essentially he goes to the hospital and they're like, and he
You've been bled on by a tree.
well he needs blood to survive, essentially like a vampire would.
Oh.
Yeah, and then he's like, I want it warm. It's a horror movie, so
Yeah. Okay.
it looks good. It pulled my look up the trailer. It looks good. It really does.
Okay.
It does look good. I gave a shitty description.
Way to go. No, I'm not
what kind of
interested at all.
description can you really give after just a trailer?
Right? Yeah. The trailer doesn't really give a lot away. There's a new trailer out for the new Indiana Jones movie called it's called Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I might see it.
I'll watch it probably.
I watched The Crystal Skull and I didn't think it was bad.
You know how we talked about I know when to quit?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I know when to quit on that one.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm probably gonna watch it.
Well, I think it's because it's childhood, right? Like childhood stuff I watched to completion because I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I just
Indiana Jones, I don't think I can quit that one.
and he's getting really old too, man. So
I know,
like,
this might
I
be
hope
his
this is
last
the last one.
From what I've heard,
think it is
this
his
is
last
supposed
one.
to be the last one.
Well, the last one was supposed to be the last
Yeah,
one.
that's true. Also,
I mean-
I should think Shia LaBeouf kind of
Remember Fast and the Furious? This is the last job, man.
Yeah, last job.
It's always the last one. Final Fantasy.
If they start going after this, though, I think it'd have to be like introduce his son, which was Shia LaBeouf, wasn't it?
Yeah,
they were
and
supposed to do that with Shia,
yeah.
but they
Nobody
did away
liked
with
him in that, but which I think was more because of the writing. And they
I agree with that.
they wrote his character really shitty.
It really did. I think Shia LaBeouf could have carried that franchise, but he also
could've.
kind of went off the deep end for a while. So,
Yeah.
but don't get me wrong, dude. Shia LaBeouf is a fucking great actor.
I
don't
him.
care what anybody says.
I agree.
Yeah, just do it.
I agree.
All right.
I like Shiloh.
So anyway, there's also a new trailer out for Loki season 2, and I don't know if you guys watched the first season, but it was pretty great.
I did not.
That was definitely one of the best MCU like series or whatever.
I like Tom. Is he
Tom Hiddleston?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
I for the longest time I couldn't remember if his name was Tom Hiddleston.
He's one of my favorite people in the MCU.
or Tim Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston.
I know
Yeah.
now.
There's a movie out for a trailer out for a movie called 65 that's produced by Sam Raimi. It's got Adam Driver in it, and it apparently takes place. I don't know if it takes place 65 million years ago, but there's dinosaurs in it. So it's set in the future, and then he's got he's like a cargo ship for people, like he transports people. And so
it's like a time machine.
I'm not sure. They don't really give that detail in the trailer. So but essentially what happens is he crash lands on what he thinks is a planet inhabited by dinosaurs. But I'm wondering if it's in a planet or if he went back in time 65 million years. So I don't know, but
Plot
it's got
twist. It's not back in time.
Right.
It's an alternate time.
Well, I don't know because they don't specify whether it's either that
the same
or
time, but it's an alternate timeline.
I've seen a preview for the new Guardians of the Galaxy.
The movie 3 or
the movie
3, volume 3. Yeah, I did see a trailer for that. I try not to get too much into the Marvel stuff because if it's Marvel, you've seen it. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
I looked at it because I've stopped watching Marvel movies, but I did like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, they're good.
I still need to get back.
So, all right, back to I got one more trailer. There's a trailer out for that new Barbie movie with
I want to see it. I can't help it.
With Margot Robbie, and I mean, who better to play Barbie than
and Ryan Gosling as Ken is
and
a pretty
Ryan
stellar
Gosling,
choice.
yeah. So and then, but that's all I got for trailers. If you want to see that trailer, the trailer's not very long. It's just it's a teaser essentially. But I got a little bit of news for you. So DC is really, really cleaning the house over there. So they essentially fired everybody involved with DC's because James Gunn took over as president or whatever of DC over DC Studios and all that.
It's crazy. He's now emperor.
Yeah, essentially he's God essentially. So he wiped everybody out. He took everybody out. Some of these guys they don't know if they still have their jobs as their superhero counterpart, like that Levi, what's his name? Levi Combs? I don't know his name. Oh,
that sounds right.
I think it might be. He plays Shazam. The Rock is I don't know where he stands exactly because he just came out with that.
Which is their best
Black
one.
Adam. It's
honestly
the highest rated one. And honestly, it was a badass movie. That movie was a blast. Henry Cavill's out as Superman, which really, really sucks because
he was. From what I've heard, he's actually working on making Warhammer 40K. Movie.
They are. So goddamn, unplug that thing. Unplug.
What is it?
This?
That because it keeps popping shit up. So he's stepping down as from The Witcher, which really sucks because
The Witcher.
He was.
I actually heard he got. It was like a low key firing.
I don't know
girls
why.
Behind the scenes apparently thought he was misogynistic. This is what I heard.
I don't know about
This is what I heard. Apparently, the girls behind the scenes said that he was misogynistic, and the reason he's misogynistic is because he was such a big fan of the series that he wanted it to be
authentic
to the series.
Yeah.
Why that makes him misogynistic, I can't.
Because he's not like that at all. Because the whole reason why Henry Cavill stayed single for so long is because he didn't want to get Me Too'd. He's like, I'm not going to date.
Yeah.
I don't want to date.
Yeah.
He goes, because I don't need crap coming out that apparently I said or did that offended somebody.
I'm only telling you there was an article about it, something about these girls are just coming out.
I don't care what anybody says. Henry Cavill can do no wrong.
I'm not saying he did.
I'm
saying
Henry Cavill.
that he was low-key fired because of these girls.
My thing is I'm saying that they're probably just saying he's misogynistic because they're trying to tarnish him. They're trying to tarnish his reputation.
Yeah, that's what they usually do. I don't want to get too much into it, but all I got to say is they're making a huge mistake by kicking him out.
I agree. I'm
as
not
Superman
disagreeing with that.
And he was great in The Witcher. Mm-hmm. And he'll be fucking fantastic in Warhammer because he's also obsessed with Warhammer.
You know what I heard he's went
because
to a
I don't know if you've ever seen any of the Warhammer stuff or played any of the games or anything like that, but those dudes are big. They're big dudes, and they wear this big giant armor.
Yeah,
and he's perfect for that.
Milo sent a thing to me, and I was like, dude, if they do to make a live action Warhammer, it's gonna need a huge budget.
Oh yeah, for sure. They did the same thing.
Because of the armors.
They did the same thing with Warcraft. Warcraft was huge. It was expensive because of all the CG that went into it. But yeah, dude, Warhammer it would be badass to see a Warhammer movie.
Like,
because
I've
there's
never
so
played-
much lore behind Warhammer.
I've never played
It could go literally
Warhammer.
anywhere with it.
Yeah.
I've never played Warhammer, but I have watched like videos and stuff, and I do like the designs of the armor. Like the Space Marines are. Cool.
I have a
like
bunch of
their
Warhammer
armor.
stuff, and I don't even care about playing the game so much as I like painting the miniatures.
Yeah.
Like, that's my favorite thing about it.
Well, anything nowadays with games of any kind, there are people that don't even play the game; they're just into the lore.
Yeah, right. So my last little bit of news here, and this is going back quite a bit here. This is about the Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing here. Amber Heard says she has settled her defamation fight with Johnny Depp. So she posted this to her Twitter. She said, after a great deal of deliberation, I have made a very difficult decision to settle the defamation case brought against me by my ex-husband in Virginia. It's important for me to say that I never chose this. I defended my truth, and in doing so, hold on a second.
I hate that
And
term.
Yeah, me too.
in doing so, my life, as I knew, was destroyed. The deification, she definitely didn't write this. She definitely had somebody write it for her. Version of the ways in which women are re-victimized when they come forward. Now I finally have an opportunity to emancipate myself from something I attempted to leave over 6 years ago, and on terms I can agree to.
Now let me go back to my apartment so I can shit on a bed.
I have made no admission. This is not an act of concession. There are no restrictions or gags with respect to my voice moving forward. So Amber Heard can go suck a big bag of dicks because she's a piece of trash.
And also, I hate that term. Like
I do. I hate that term.
My
My
truth.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Your truth was the lie.
Your truth, it could be something that was fabricated in your own fucking mind that you believe to be truth.
There's no such thing as my truth.
Yeah, there's
the
only
truth.
the
Yeah.
truth. Yeah, there is no my truth. So, and you're right. I hate that term too. It's such a
Anytime somebody
it's
says-
such a pretentious thing to
Anytime
say.
somebody says my truth, I instantly dismiss you.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Like you just
you're
made yourself
instantly
sound
dismissed.
foolish.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
I'm
truth.
instantly not listening anymore.
There's only one type of truth, and that's the truth,
Truth,
the only
correct.
truth.
correct.
So, but I disagree. Fuck
She
Amber.
didn't even settle it. Her insurance company paid it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, she's not paying anything, and she definitely didn't write that. You know, she had one of her
Oh,
fucking
her
minions
publicist or
do it.
some
Yeah,
shit.
her
Yeah.
publicist or whatever.
Yeah, she
But
don't
I
know
heard
how to
she's a
spell half
fucking
that
nightmare
shit.
to work for anyway, because she's fucking mentally abusive and shit. So
Well, I mean, yeah.
she's had
You're
her.
telling me that a guy that's been in the business this long
Yeah, for what?
has
Fucking almost
dated-
40 years?
and has dated the kind of powerhouses that he's
Yeah.
dated, and his own ex that he was with
All of his
for-
exes.
Well, the ex that he was with the longest and had 2 children
Yeah,
with,
yep.
who came out and was like, "You're a fucking liar."
Yeah, he's
and
never.
she has every reason to hate him. He left her for Amber
Amber Heard, yeah.
She has
and she
every
still came
reason
out.
to hate him, and she still came out on his side and
Yeah.
said, "You're a fucking liar. He
Yeah.
never hit you. He's
Yeah,
not put a
she
hand
did it
on
right
you."
there in court too.
Yes.
Yeah, I
So
know.
I'm sorry.
Tyler said that Jason Momoa basically went on bench and just made fun of her.
That doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't surprise me. I don't think anybody in Hollywood really defended Amber, nor do they like Amber.
I can't
can't-
remember. There was one actress, and I cannot remember who, so don't ask me who. But one actress, they took her statement,
Claire
and she
Delevingne or whatever. I don't remember her name. She's an I know who you're talking about.
she went on her statement and was literally saying that Amber Heard's reputation in Hollywood is that you keep your husband away from him or from her.
Oh, I don't know about that.
So kind of like Angelina Jolie.
Well, no, like more like it's worse. Like
Alright.
like not that you don't trust him, but
well,
like,
hell, she had that shit going
like,
on
that
with fucking James
she'll
Franco.
lie. Even
was-
if nothing happened, she'll lie.
She was supposed to
Like,
be
you
with
don't-
Johnny Depp, and she's in their building, fucking going down to James Franco's
Oh, yeah,
apartment or whatever. You know what I mean? They're sleeping together and shit. But then look at what comes out about him.
But yeah,
Like,
you know, she was in just as much danger with him. Have you seen his mouth?
no,
I'm just saying.
he might eat her ass.
Have you seen
Not
his
her
mouth?
ass, but I mean, like, just
But,
eat her.
Yeah, I heard like Tyler said that Jason Momoa said when they were working on like Aquaman that like he saw something in the water because he was in the water or something with Amber Heard and he thought it was a fish. It turned out to be a turd.
Oh, that you know what that reminds me of? Caddyshack.
That's hilarious. It's a bit nutty.
That's a bit nutty. All right, but that's all I got for news and all that this week. So
that was good.
Yeah.
Good news.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did my research today.
Good job.
So now we're on what we've been watching.
Yes. Do you want to go first like you always do, or do you want...
Well,
usually you make yourself go like, well, I'm hosting, so I'm going to go first.
Well, yeah, I'm going to go first. No, Karen.
Oh, okay, well, mine's long. I got a lot. I watched 7 Psychopaths. I haven't seen that in a long time. So.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh, it's great. It's so good.
Isn't there a thing with a dog or something?
Yeah, they kidnap Woody Harrelson's dog.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And he wants it back really bad.
Yeah.
Isn't
it like who else in that? I know it's
it's Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah, Christopher Walken.
Those are the two I was thinking of.
Colin Farrell.
Oh yeah, Colin Farrell is in it.
Yeah, and
because it's a Chihuahua or something, isn't it?
It's a Shih Tzu.
A Shih Tzu.
Yeah, but this is like my favorite part in the whole thing is like Christopher Walken walks up and this dude's got a gun on him, and he's like, "Put your hands up," and Christopher Walken's like, "No," and he's like, "What do you mean no? I have a gun on you if you have to," and he's like,
"No,
I don't want to.
I don't want to."
Yeah, it's I love it. I haven't seen it in a really long time, so I
remember that from the
trailer.
The trailer.
Yeah, I barely remembered anything about it.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah, he's like, I
don't know how to do a good Christopher Walken.
It's a really good movie. And I watched Don't Look Up on Netflix. I kept hearing things about it, so I watched it.
I've seen that.
It wasn't bad.
It's okay.
I keep seeing the thing.
I freaking hated Leonardo DiCaprio in that movie.
I did too, yeah.
Like, I started out liking him, and then I'm like, oh, you're a fucking asshole.
And then he redeems himself a little bit at the end.
Yeah, but not enough.
Much.
Not enough. Not enough for me to go back to liking him.
It's sad whenever Jennifer, what's her face? Lawrence is like the most likable character in the fucking movie.
I kind of like her, though.
I mean, I like her too, but she's done some movies. Seeing her in interviews sometimes she's kind of annoying too.
Yeah.
She came out and said that she was the first woman to ever
she took so much heat for that
action character.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah. There's a whole slew. Look at the Kill Bill series. You know what I mean?
Milo posted something of it, and it was a video of Sigourney Weaver. It was a joke video of Sigourney Weaver thanking her. And then, like, a whole bunch of other people thanked her. And then
That's funny.
J.K. Rowling thanked her for inventing the Boy Wizard series.
The Boy Wizard series.
That's hilarious. Then I watched The Unforgivable, which was a Sandra Bullock movie on Netflix that I kept hearing about, so I watched that.
That was the one where she was in prison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also forgettable, so
that's why I didn't watch it. So I was like, not my
I kept
thing.
hearing great things. So I was
like, all I could have thought through that whole movie if I were to watch it is, so do they give people liposuction shots in prison? Because
no,
I think it's
because she's not wearing makeup, like a lot of makeup. You know,
with
what I mean?
them lips, man. I just can't get over it, dude.
I don't know,
I can't get over the fucking plastic surgery.
The problem I had with it was like, it's like such. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's so good, it's so good." And I'm like, it's also something you've seen 1,000 times. So
right,
I'm just okay. And Jack really, really, really wanted to watch the Wednesday series, and I told him, "Okay, I will watch the Wednesday series with you, but you have to watch the first 2 movies." So we watched The Addams Family, and then he wanted a break, so then we watched Piercing.
So did you watch Wednesday or?
I'm getting there. I watched a lot of shit. So I watched The Addams Family, and then I watched a movie called Piercing, which is terrible. Don't ever watch it.
That's okay.
It was terrible. Then I watched Sweet Girl, which had Jason Momoa.
That's a good movie.
It's really good, but let me tell you something.
I heard it wasn't.
I really liked it. I figured out the twist, but I was joking. And I was right.
I did that was one of the movies where I say I didn't even think about the
Wouldn't that
twist.
be funny if he was dead? And he was.
No, I said some. Do you know the ending?
Yeah, I know the ending.
Okay.
I didn't watch
So,
it. But
I said, here's the
Because I was
twist.
kind of confused right there. I was like, how do you know what happened?
I told
because I could
Jeremiah-
guess it from the trailer.
I told Jeremiah, I
didn't
said,
watch
here's
the
the
trailer.
twist. It's not really the dad, it's the girl. And, the girl's the badass. The dad's not even there or something like that. And then at the end, I was like, oh, holy shit. Like, oh,
Well, see,
never
'cause-
mind. Like, I was kidding, you know?
Like, I didn't
I could be your next Shyamalan.
there's a lot of movies where I can predict the twist, but like that one, I wasn't even thinking about a twist.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think there was actually a twist.
And then
I agree.
And that's what usually kicks me off if there's a twist. Is I usually wonder.
I didn't think there was a twist either.
But,
I agree.
I thought it was a good end because then it's her.
Yeah, it was really
And
good.
I thought that.
Well, we just gave it away for everybody, so I'm sorry. But
Spoiler.
it was really,
You
it was
should
really,
still
really
watch
good.
it. You
It's
should
really
still watch
good.
it.
It's a really
You
good
should-
movie.
Like my friend likes twists.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, dude, Milo, you should watch.
It's a really
this."
good movie.
And he watched it.
But then I watched Pop Star. Never Stop. Never Stop. I'd never seen it before.
That's funny.
And then there's a guy in there who looks like a Kmart Jared Leto. Did you guys see that guy?
I don't remember.
He looks like Kmart.
I haven't
Jared
seen
Leto.
it since it came out.
Yeah. I just wrote that down because it was funny to me. He looked like
What's it called?
Pop Star. Never Stop. Never
Stop.
stopping.
Yeah, never stop, never
Okay,
stopping.
well, I'll never watch
It's
that.
it's a
It's
lonely
hilarious.
Island. It's a lonely island movie.
Your dude's in it. He Weird Al. He's in a heavy metal group. What was the name of that?
I don't remember.
Like Warhammer or something like that.
Something stupid.
Yeah. Neighbors. I'd never seen that before.
Horrible
and
movie.
I thought it was hilarious.
Fucking hilarious, dude.
And then we watched Addams Family Values. He liked that also. And then we watched the Wednesday Show.
Did you watch the whole thing? Mm-hmm. Jesus. How much time did you have this week?
I'm off.
Oh, you are? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Christmas.
I always take 2 weeks off for Christmas.
What'd
That's
you
it.
think of Wednesday?
I hate Gomez so much.
I told you.
I hate him so
He
much.
didn't have
My
no...
problem, there's no charisma, and Gomez has charisma.
Yeah.
Like, you're telling me he landed Morticia? No,
Right,
he didn't.
right,
That guy
right.
didn't fucking land nobody.
Right.
I seen a thing where it was.
I mean, thank God they're not in it very much. But
Yeah, that's what I
everything
said.
else,
They're only like 2 episodes.
everything else is fine. I didn't even mind Fred Armisen as Fester. That he wasn't even that bad.
Well, he wasn't that bad because he was only in 1 episode. So, like, and he wasn't
Yeah, I don't
in-
want to see him a lot.
Yeah, like, if he was in it a lot, I think I would get pretty annoyed. Mm-hmm. But mostly because of the way he talks and shit. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
No, I didn't mind him as Fester, but like you said, if he was in there a lot, I'd probably get annoyed. And I thank God that her parents aren't in it very often because, like, her as Morticia is fine,
Yeah, she wasn't that bad.
but like him as Gomez, I cannot stand
can't
it.
do it.
I
I
cannot
told you I
abide
couldn't
it.
do
I
it.
cannot
Yeah.
abide it. It's like every time
He
he's
do-
on
he doesn't
screen,
have the
it takes,
charm.
It takes
Yeah.
me completely out.
Everyone's
of
like,
it.
oh, he's such a great actor. No, he's not. He's not a good actor.
He's not Gomez. He might be
Yeah.
a good actor in other things, maybe, but
Not
like
really.
he's not Gomez.
He kind of always just
Adams.
plays the same guy and everything. He doesn't ever. I don't know. I
The
couldn't.
dude talks like he's got some stuck in his mouth all the time. There's no charisma. I mean, come the fuck on. He did not land anybody like Morticia. He's not Gomez Adams.
He had no charm. He wasn't
I
selling it for me.
hate him.
You know,
I hate him in that role.
I seen a thing. It was a person who made a video, and they said, "Seriously, how do we go from this?" And then it had the Morticia and Gomez
Yeah, the
from the
original.
Addams Family stuff to this, and then it had pictures of the Wednesday characters, and he was basically how.
He was
I
my
did
biggest
figure
gripe
out-
about the show.
I did figure out the one bad guy. Jeremiah figured out the other one.
Yeah, I already knew.
It was like
Yeah.
episode 2. I had figured out mine, and like
I knew.
like 4
I
for
knew the
him.
main.
the main one. I knew
Yeah.
the. I
didn't know who the monster was for sure, but I knew
He
who was
figured out the
behind it.
monster. I knew. The
I
other
knew who
one.
was behind it.
Yeah, I knew who was behind it
So-
because I was like, something's off about that one.
Yeah, right. That's how I was too.
But I was like, maybe.
And then-
I mean,
and then
why
about-
would they want to bring her on?
Well, then whenever they started talking about like the sister and all this and that, like from
Yeah,
the
oh,
family,
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, that's definitely her.
Oh yeah, yep, that was me.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to give anything away. So for anybody that hasn't
Well,
seen
it was
yet,
it was
so.
mostly like the only thing that was throwing me off a little bit. I was like, why would they bring her on for just one season, considering it's like an homage or whatever?
right.
I was like, maybe that's the plan.
The thing about the show though is it's called Wednesday. It doesn't have to be at Nevermore Academy. It could be anywhere.
sure,
but
no, I get that.
I
But
can't
yeah,
imagine. I can't imagine that they would take it away from Nevermore Academy.
Not-
Because then
not
you'd have to
right
write
away,
out.
maybe.
You'd have to write out a lot of those
I
characters.
loved Enid and Wednesday.
So did I.
love that.
I
Jessica-
like honestly, the kids were great. Like I
Yeah.
loved all of them.
Oh,
like
yeah.
all the kids were awesome.
Is
Jessica-
Pugsley in it?
Yeah,
For a little bit.
Plays
He doesn't.
Leslie.
Some
kid.
Yeah, he doesn't do a bad job either.
No, he's not
terrible.
bad. He reminds me of he doesn't remind me of Pugsley from the Addams Family movies, but he reminds me of the Pugsley from the old show.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So.
Yeah, 100%. But Jessica, she texted me or whatever one time. She was like, "You have to watch that movie because Enid and Wednesday reminds me of you and me when we were growing up."
Yeah, that's what she said too. She goes, "That is me and Karen to a T."
I watched it and I was like, "Yep."
She's like, I was always the bubbly one, and she was always the dark one. And I was like, yeah, I could see that.
It was 100%. She's totally right. Anyway, that was my 1,000 movie stare for the week.
Hey,
My bad, dude. Shit.
I'm the host.
You're in trouble.
Joseph, what did you watch?
Well, let me tell you, Matt, what I've been watching. Well, I started out. We started watching. I don't know if you guys watched Cuphead. It's a
I watched
on
it.
Netflix.
I watched it with Jack.
They got season 3 out, and I haven't started yet. But the kids love the show, so I stopped my my binging of the Always Sunny in Philadelphia to watch
Lame.
an episode of that every night with dinner. It is lame, but you know what?
No,
The
it's
kids
not.
like it, and it is
It's
funny.
not.
It is a funny show. I like the show.
It's funny.
I
I like the one with the baby.
So I watched.
remember what season that
we
was.
watched with the baby.
Yeah, the baby. It was like a little baby bottle or whatever, and it like showed up on their doorstep, and the
Don't remember.
Papa Kettle or whatever like left them with it, and it totally destroys the house and something of his that was.
I think that might have been the first season.
Was it the first
I think
season?
so.
Okay, I really like that.
I think so.
episode
I
was
think I know what
funny.
one you're talking about. I think it was the first
I
season.
like that. I like that.
We watched. I don't know if you guys watched the Chucky series.
I have not, but I'm going to at some point.
I watched the first season, and Crystal really got into it, and she really loved it.
I'm going to.
And then, they released season 2, and I wait for the whole season to come out so I can just binge watch
Me
the whole
too.
thing, and it's all out. So I watched that, and I think halfway through the season, Crystal was ready to turn it off because of how annoyed she was with just the series. I don't like the series at all. I don't like it
really?
Yeah, I don't. I think that I think Chucky essentially at this point is a fucking joke. He's a parody of himself.
I wish they would have just stopped at the third movie.
Yeah, for sure. Or at least continued it like it was a fucking horror movie and not like a joke.
I didn't think they did too bad with the movies that they did, like the Cult and what was the other one?
Cult and Curse.
Curse.
It was
yeah,
Curse of
and
Chucky, then
Cult
Cult of Chucky.
weren't bad.
They were okay. They were low budgety, but they were still good for what they were. And they didn't kind of. But then again, this takes place right after Cult of Chucky. The series does, and I'm not happy with it. It's not. I don't know.
Maybe I shouldn't watch it then.
I mean, you can if you want. I'm not saying don't, but
I hated the.
there are so many cringy fucking moments in this series.
I really hated Bride of Chucky, and I hated.
I didn't mind Bride of Chucky.
Seed
and
of
Seed of
Chucky.
Chucky was fucking terrible.
I
movie
hated,
was terrible.
I hated those two movies though because I felt like he was such a joke. So
It's
I probably
worse.
won't like
It's
the
worse.
series then.
It is way worse.
The new one's crap too. It's
They're
just
not-
bad AI, and then on top
Well,
of that,
yeah, they got
they
the
try to make you
CG.
feel bad for them.
Oh, you're talking about the remake.
Yeah.
The remake. Yeah. No, I don't know.
Oh yeah, that one was bad. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't care. I didn't want to feel sympathetic for Chucky.
No. Not at all.
But this one, I don't know, man. They take some real fucking leaps with it. The writing is inconsistent. It's a fucking mess. It's one of those things where I said it's like the writers just threw up on a piece of paper and wrote around their fucking vomit. You know, I don't understand where they were going with it. It's a mess. I don't know. Some of the shit they do is just completely outrageous. And like I said, Chucky is essentially just a joke of himself. You know what I mean? Like it's not. And there's so many of them. There's just a bunch of Chuckies now, and it's fucking stupid.
There's more than one Chucky.
If you watch Cult of Chucky, yeah, remember there was more than one.
Oh yeah.
They take it to a whole new extreme in the series, and it's just like.
I don't think I want to watch it.
And then there's like a couple of different Tiffany's, and I tell you what, I cannot stand Jennifer Tilly. That bitch gets on my fucking nerves, and she cannot act. I don't like her. I don't like her.
Her voice is always grated on
Yeah.
me a little bit.
Yeah, her voice is the like I can handle her voice if she was a decent actress, but she's not. She's terrible, and she's also a parody of herself in the show because she's playing herself. She's herself playing herself, taken over by Tiffany. I don't know.
Is she Tiffany?
So
Isn't her and Tiffany the same person?
In Seed of Chucky, Tiffany was taken over, or Tiffany
Jennifer Tilly, the actress.
The actress was taken over by Tiffany, who's played by the actress Jennifer Tilly.
Oh, well, because the only thing I remember the one where they killed Redman.
That was Seed of Chucky, the worst one of them all. Honestly, that movie was fucking garbage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched the one where they were in an asylum.
That was Cult of Chucky, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
So I'm not like if the series would just stay on track, like everybody's like, oh man, because the main character is gay, and he's got an interest in another boy in the first season, and in the second season they continue with that. I don't have an issue with that. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is whenever you're force feeding it, like you're making these boys are kissing constantly,
Or like if you have anything negative to say about it, it's because of the storyline.
Exactly, and then you've got like. But then, like, they bring back, like, the thing, or the, whatever they call it, from the Seed of Chucky. What was the sons? Oh, Glenn and Glenda.
Glenn and Glenda, yeah.
They bring them back as humans, the
twins,
but they're both
or whatever
played by the same person who's a girl in real life. But they don't go as, like, Glenn looks like a...
Wait, wasn't there only one kid? I thought
there was, but but he had split personality, so whenever they split the soul of the doll, it went into two separate bodies.
Yeah, they did. It went into twins.
But like, so those characters could have been likable, but they made them so fucking cringy, especially at first, because the second season doesn't even pick up any kind of stride until halfway through. Because Andy comes back, like the guy who played Andy for the series, and it's him and Kyle both are in the series.
I had heard about Kyle coming back.
Kyle's not in it a lot. She's like in the last couple episodes of the first season, and then she's only in like a few episodes of the second season. But Andy don't even come back in the second season until halfway through because they think he's dead. And I don't know, it's just a fucking mess, man. And they got this whole, and then like they just wrap up the ending so sloppily, and I don't know. I'll be honest.
Is he still trying to get into a body?
No, he wants to stay in his Chucky bodies because they're more resilient.
Yeah, but I thought
at this point, and I'm like, you're just negating everything that he's just tried to do for the past 30 years.
Yeah, but also wasn't there a part where he was just stuck in it because I thought there was a point where he found out he was stuck in the doll body no matter what
because he was turning too human inside the body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they still ended up taking. He still ended up keep trying to take human form.
Well, every time he like regenerated into a new doll, it started over again. The clock started over again.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Okay,
I guess I don't fucking know. But
in the first 3 movies, that's how it worked. Yeah.
So and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of continuity issues even in the first 3 movies. But
shut up. Shut your whore mouth.
But like it gets way worse as it goes on, especially
at
in
least
the
they
series.
stayed consistent is all I'm saying.
Yeah, in the series, dude, it is all over the place. Like all over the place.
Yeah.
Like he ends up it's actually Brad Dourif's daughter in real life, inside her body, and she's a split personality throughout the whole. And
which makes me sad because I really liked her character.
I did too. I loved her, dude.
Movies.
She was great. And then like they did her wrong in the series, especially for the whole first season. She's held captive by Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah.
And then for the whole second season, she's pretty much held captive for most of the season still. So she gets no resolution until towards the end of season 2. And I'm just like, what a waste of a good character.
Yeah.
And then like any
the
good
only
characters,
talent you have.
Yeah. The only good characters that they do introduce, they fucking kill them off. Devon Sawa was in the first season. He died. He played both their dads.
Oh.
And they bring him back in the second season to play somebody else. Yeah. He just plays another character.
Yeah, like I love that. Like you won't notice.
I think they knew that. They were like, but we can't get rid of Devon Sawa. You know what I mean?
But
that's fine because it's Devon Sawa.
That's your fucking fault.
Right. Well, the funny part is he played 2 different people in the first season, and they both died. So I don't know, man. I love Devon Sawa. He got done dirty, but same as the girl. And then they meet this new girl in season 2 who becomes one of the main characters' really good friends. And I was like, I really like her. She's like a uplifting, down to earth, and just goofy kid. And they just throw him out the window, like literally. But I'm done with. I think I'm done with the series. I don't think I can do it anymore.
I don't see how you made it this far.
Crystal, I'm a completionist. So we started it, and we got to episode 4, and it was getting to a point like, oh, it's finally going to start going somewhere now. Oh. She wanted to stop. I'm like, no, we done started this. We're finishing it. So
I've done that with series. It's been like, well, I've just got to finish it now.
I have to finish it. So.
Well, like, see, at The Watcher, if it was like more than one season, I would have.
Oh, I hope not.
I would have been over.
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have finished. I'd have been done.
If they come up with another.
Oh,
season
I'm not watching anymore. I'm not.
Don't get me wrong. There are series that I have stopped watching before. I quit watching The Walking Dead. On season 9. There's only 2 seasons left.
I stopped right when they introduced what's his face with the bat.
Negan? That's whenever the shit got crazy, dude.
Yeah, I know, but I was done.
I never watched.
I was done.
A lot of it. I watched a couple episodes with Amber, but that was about it.
That's just my opinion on it. You can watch it yourself, make your own decisions.
I never seen.
Yeah, don't ever
don't ever take what we say. Like, I don't know. You may love the show. Apparently, people like the show because it's been approved for season 2. So now I don't know if they've greenlit a season 3 yet or not, but we'll see.
You know what I've been thinking they've been doing with all these series? They go, oh, nobody wants another one of these seasons of this series, so we'll make it.
And then
they want like more seasons of this stuff, so we'll stop making it. They go opposite.
Well,
I think something there because like they had a shit ton of series or seasons of what the fuck was that show with the Sheldon?
Big Bang Theory?
Yeah, Big Bang Theory. Nobody watched that show.
Yeah. People love that show.
I never met anybody but my mom that watched that show.
Really?
Everybody that I ever talked to said that show sucked and they hated it, including myself.
It's not anything like... What you gotta do is take away what nerds really are.
Yeah, nerds aren't that cool in real life.
No, I'm just saying. I watched a couple of episodes because everybody kept telling everybody, like
I like the show. I thought
all the ratings and stuff.
It's
it was so good.
It's not something I'm gonna go out and buy all.
I was like, okay, I'll give
it
it a shot. And I watched a couple episodes and I was like, this is stupid and I hate it.
No, I watched a whole bunch of the seasons, but when they get to where they're like starting to get married and stuff, I was like, no.
Yeah, I liked it up until like they all started getting girlfriends and shit.
That kills the nerd vibe.
Yeah, that kind of kills the nerd vibe for me. So, like, nerds don't have girlfriends. So, all right.
Especially ones that are hot like Penny and Bernadette.
Well, I mean, attractive girls tend to go towards guys with money. They're just not normally that interesting. So, or funny, for that matter.
Yeah, girls who are interested in money usually tend to be vapid.
Yeah. I just want your money so I can buy some new shoes. Anyway, so yeah, say what you will. You go watch the show if you want. It's up to you. All right, so I did watch a couple of movies this week. New ones, as a matter of fact. I watched Spirited. Did you guys?
Yeah, I haven't watched that yet.
With Ryan Reynolds and...
I'm not a huge fan of musicals, so...
I fucking loved it. Me and the kids loved it. Okay. I thought it was great. It's a Scrooge sort of telling.
Yeah.
But...
I got that from the...
I don't know, man.
Trailers.
Like, I like musicals. Like, the music in the movie wasn't that great.
I like musicals when I'm watching, like, live theater.
But
like if I go to a play or
I want you to watch it so that we can get this whole thing going where we insult people by saying, good afternoon.
Oh, I'm in.
Just watch it because they do a whole song about it. It's pretty much saying, fuck you.
I'm in.
So, watch it and then be like, dude, good afternoon.
I'm in.
Just start telling people, good afternoon.
Well, now you've ruined it, though, because you just...
No, because they don't make it like... It's
everybody on here is going to know. Everybody who listens to this, so we can't tell any of them. And how do we know who all's listening?
Just watch the fucking movie, Karen.
Shit.
Don't overthink it, dude.
I'm just saying. I can't even say it to Jeremiah if I'm mad. I can't even be like, good afternoon. He's going to know what we're talking about.
Good afternoon.
He's going to be like, really? Shit.
Get fucked. The movie was great. The musical numbers, there's a couple of songs that really stand out. The Good Afternoon one is one of them. Also, Ryan Reynolds kills it as usual. He's funny. He's, quippy, that kind of thing. But also Will Ferrell, like, you know how he is, man. He can be a hit or miss sometimes. In this movie, he's not like that, like screaming. Well, he's not screaming and acting like a jackass. He's actually
not playing that.
He's a very endearing character in this.
I loved him in Elf.
So, and him and the
so stupid.
Him and the lady.
My grandma loved that movie.
Him and the I can't remember her name. The black lady. Those two have great chemistry and like they just because he's got like the hots for her in the movie.
Oh, okay.
So and she's like a really sweet lady. But like they just have this like crazy like you could see it on camera,
Okay.
like you could tell they get along really well. So but like they killed it. I just watched the movie. I really liked it. Like I don't know, like what's his face? He used to be on SNL. He was also on 30 Rock. Tracy Morgan. He plays Death,
yeah.
and he's funnier than shit.
That's hilarious.
Just watch the movie. It's really I couldn't.
You mean the Ghost of Christmas Future?
He is. Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
Death.
Yeah, Death. Yeah, not Death. I guess he is. Well, Death is in the future, so.
That's why he's the Ghost of Christmas Future.
Anyway, hard recommend for me.
That's his midnight gig.
His midnight gig. Hard recommend for me. I can't.
Part-time job.
If you need a movie to get you into the Christmassy spirit, I'd highly recommend that.
Still need to watch Christmas Story too, just because
haven't
I have
watched that
to.
either. Last but not least, I watched and I just because I couldn't wait, man. I had to watch Violent Night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I watched it. Me and Madison watched it last night.
Did you rent it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
How much? You bought the digital?
No. I have ways of getting things.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine too.
I'm pretty
That
sure,
works as renting.
I'm pretty
I'm
sure
gonna buy the
You just
fucking
said
movie.
renting.
Karen.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you got a torrent of questions.
Yeah.
yeah, a whole
No, like
torrent
you
of
can say yes to renting though. That's technically renting because you're
Yeah, I
gonna
rented
buy
it.
it. So
Yeah.
shut up.
Yeah, I rented it.
That's fine.
But yeah, it was.
I was gonna say you didn't buy the digital.
I just didn't. I didn't want to buy the digital because digital suck.
No, I hate digital,
Yeah.
and I don't want to buy a digital. Just
Yeah, I
to
want a
have
physical
it
copy.
and then buy.
But
a
it's
physical
not going to
copy.
be out.
I'm not gonna buy it twice.
It's not going to be out until like fucking I don't know, like March or something. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
not waiting that long. So we watched it last night, and I gotta say, I fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
It was so good. It calls back so many references.
I heard it was Die Hard, but Santa.
Yeah,
Oh,
essentially Die Hard. It also has a lot of very blatant Home Alone references.
Oh, sure.
And
Of course it would.
like in the manner of like if Kevin McAllister was like
Grown in Santa.
no because it's a kid that does it.
Oh, okay.
But like if Kevin McAllister was like I'm just gonna kill him, you know what I mean?
Kevin really did. I mean, like if it wasn't a PG movie, like
That's what I'm saying.
If they were
That's what I'm
realistic,
saying.
if they were realistic,
it was if Kevin McAllister was like in an R-rating movie.
Yeah,
you know what
because
I mean?
if they'd have just been realistic about what those guys went through,
I will say,
they were dead.
I will say the movie is far from perfect, but it had great action, great gore. It was funny.
Yeah.
Like David Harbour as Santa is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Also he's like, so they go with a different route where he's like this he used to be a Viking.
Oh.
So
okay.
it's pretty bad. He's
That
like,
makes sense.
He's like 1,100 years old and he's
Yeah.
an ex-Viking.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty badass. He's got a hammer. Yeah, he's got a hammer. Also,
As one does.
Yeah, he calls it Skull Crusher.
That's great.
Yeah. But other than that, like, I think I was really looking forward to John Leguizamo playing the bad guy.
He didn't
But
last.
dude, no, he did.
Oh, okay.
He was the main bad guy.
Oh, okay.
The way he went out was fucking great. You're
Well,
gonna love
don't
that.
tell me
I'm not,
too much.
But
Shut up.
I will say you're gonna find his performance to be a little dry. It's not like I was so hoping that he would have so much more fun with it, but he didn't. You could tell it was like it was almost like he phoned it in. Like, I'm just, like he was really lazy about it. But then there was other henchmen showed him up. Like, you know what I mean? Acting wise.
I hate that.
So like there's one called, they call him Krampus. And he's a fucking nutcase. But he had me fucking rolling, dude. Like he was cracking me up. Because he's just a little psycho.
Do you
I don't
know the myth of Krampus?
Yeah, I know. Well, these are just code names. They call them.
Oh.
So like John.
It's not really Krampus.
Yeah, John Leguizamo's character name was Scrooge. That was his character. That was his
code name or whatever.
Name.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I would highly, highly if you love and they don't skimp on like the magic. I fucking love it because he's like, I don't know, it's Christmas magic. I don't know how it works. That's what he says. That's their explanation for it. It's like, yes, that is the best explanation.
I like it.
It's just, you don't gotta get into detail.
No, I like it.
Just keep it simple. He's like, it's Christmas magic. I don't know how it works. He said that a few times in the movie, and I'm like, that's
I like
funny.
it. I like it.
He's like, I don't know, it's Christmas magic. It just works. I don't know how it works.
I like it.
But yeah, I recommend it. And dude, David Harbour just kills it as Santa Claus. So I loved it. If you like Die Hard, you like gore, you like action, you like funny shit, this is it. So, but that's all I watched this week. That went on for a little while, did it?
God,
Okay.
you're mouthy today.
Now it's me. I started watching The Goldbergs.
Oh wait, you haven't told us what you watched yet?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
No.
He said
He
was
went
going
last.
first. Well, he said he was going first, and I shut it off.
No, he went last this time.
Sorry, dude.
He said fine.
You were kind of dicky about it. Like,
no,
I'm going first.
He said fine, and then he told me to go.
Oh, sorry.
I started watching the seasons of The Goldbergs. It's like my show that I put on to watch, and then like background noise. So, and then I watched Don't F with Cats.
Did you watch it? What'd you think?
It was interesting.
Yeah.
I did not know that's what the story was about. But yeah, because I thought it was supposed to be a comedy sitcom type thing. I didn't know it was supposed to be, because all I ever seen was Don't F with Cats. I didn't see a chase of whatever. But yeah, that guy's mom is dumb.
Yeah, you're right. I take you haven't watched it yet.
No, I haven't watched
okay,
it
well, don't
yet.
give too much away.
That guy's mom is
And
dumb.
she's fucking retarded, dude. Like, she is stupid. Just watch this series, dude.
I want to.
Hopefully, if you come back next week, you're gonna be like, yeah. So I did watch Don't F with Cats.
I actually had that on my want to watch this week, but I never got around to it
Never
because
got around
Jack
to
was
it.
like, "We gotta watch Wednesday."
Yeah,
And I'm like,
it's
okay.
Christmas. You gotta watch
What am I
the
supposed
Christmas
to do?
stuff.
Tell him
yeah.
no?
I've been on a Christmas kick here with these
Well,
kids.
yeah.
you know?
I mean, I still have to watch Christmas
No,
Vacation.
fucking Madison sat down and watched Die Hard with me, and she's like, and she's not an action movie person. She's like, what was that movie called? I was like, Die Hard. She goes, that movie was awesome. I was like, really? I'm so proud.
I still have to watch Christmas Vacation, Christmas Story. I'm gonna watch Christmas Story 2. That's still on my agenda. Maybe Elf.
See, I've thought about watching the Christmas Story Christmas, but it's still, I don't know yet.
Well,
Maybe.
Christmas Story is my favorite Christmas movie.
Yeah, I love it too, but I don't know.
I think it's because it's like
I don't want this one to ruin that one for me.
I know, but it won't for me because.
But I heard it was a
me-
really good movie.
Well, no,
though.
but I look at it the same way as I look at Hocus Pocus 2.
If you don't like it, don't ever watch it.
Yeah,
Act like
and
it don't exist.
If it's a cash grab, it's a cash grab.
Yeah.
That's their problem, not mine.
Yeah.
I don't really. I'm not big on Christmas movies. Like I watched Scrooged, and then I've been thinking about watching because I haven't seen it in a while, and I used to not really be a huge fan of it because it was on all the time. Was Ernest Saves Christmas. So I'm thinking about trying to watch that, trying to find it and watching it before Christmas.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
I have.
Really?
Yeah. I think I remember watching. I've only seen it like once or twice.
I used to see it all the time, and I got real tired of it. It was like
That's
my
how I
worst-
felt about Ernest Scared Stupid. I've seen it so
I
many
could
times
never
as a
get tired
kid.
of that movie. I don't think.
I've seen it so many times as a kid, though.
I got so tired of seeing it that like it was the only Ernest movie I did not like.
Oh.
But I haven't seen it in so long now that I would like to see it again, just to catch up, see if I still like it, or if I like it, or if it's still just that.
One Christmas movie that I say I'm gonna have to watch here because I just ordered it. The Thing.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. Well, I was like, God damn it! I was scrolling through. I was like, I need to because I built a new movie case for my movies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to fill it up now because it's only it's not even half full now.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, a bigger one. I can fill this one up. So now I want to So I'm thinking of movies that I need to own this, And I'm surprised I don't own The Thing, and it's one of my all-time favorites.
That is strange.
It is weird. I own the remake or the reboot, remake, whatever, the prequel.
Yeah.
I own that one, but I don't own the original, which is one of my
Sure, I
all-time
do.
favorites.
See, I don't know what all we freaking have.
I don't
anymore.
either. I was looking at my movies, I'm like, I didn't even know I had this.
He's got an app. He can tell you, it's all on his phone. I don't. I always have to ask him. I'm like, do we have this? Because I have no freaking clue.
You get a massive movie collection. That's
Oh
what I
my
understand.
God, we've got you go down to our basement. He's got just
Yeah, I thought I only had one of the
everywhere.
the Christopher Nolan Batman movies.
Yeah.
I was organizing all my movies because I'm putting it in this new case, and I'm like, holy shit, I got all three of them. like all in separate case. I thought it was like, so.
I got some movies I don't want to keep. If you want me to bring them here, see if you want to go through them, see if you want any of them.
Are they Blu-ray?
No.
I only own Blu-ray. I got rid of all my DVDs.
Oh, well,
You and Jeremiah are such snobs.
I even gave all my DVDs to my daughter. I was like, here, you can have all these. She's like, what is the Boondock Saints? It's like, watch it and find out.
Oh no.
Now that's another one I have to buy on Blu-ray because I have the second one.
That.
I have the second one on Blu-ray, but I had the metal case.
Yeah.
Boondock Saints for DVD, and it was a collector's edition. And I had it all the time.
I even bought the early one that had the necklace.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
When I got the Celtic Cross, in the back of my leg, and it's the one from that case because I liked that one. I used to be a big fan of that.
How is there a fly?
That's what I was gonna say. How is there a bug that's like alive in here?
I don't understand.
Whatever. Maybe he's been chilling up here.
Chilling is right. Probably that heat got his ass moving around again. Yeah, that's all.
That's it.
I don't know, Matt. Did you have more?
No.
Oh well, you're the host, man.
Oh yeah. Okay, so this week
I love that you forget that you're the host.
We're on the intro to the movie, and the movie we watched was Scrooged, the Bill Murray one. That's all I know, Karen.
From 1988.
I got it.
It was made in 1988?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought it was 1990 something, like early 90s.
Scrooged came out in 1988, clocks in an hour and 41 minutes, starring Bill Murray, Karen Allen, John Forsythe, John Glover, Bobcat Goldthwait.
Bobcat Goldthwait. I miss him.
I love him. Frank Cross is a wildly successful television executive whose cold ambition and curmudgeonly nature...
Wait, who's Bobcat? Is he the...
He's Elliot Loudermilk.
Yeah, okay, he's Elliot. Yeah. I was wondering what his fucking name was. I was like, man, I miss him. Because I remember from the Police Academy movies.
Yeah,
I like him, hilarious.
The reason I like him is because it's just the way he talks.
Yeah. You think about it though, he's perfect for this role because he starts out normal,
and then he goes nuts,
and then like at the end he's full on Bobcat.
He goes nuts at the end. He's like, what do you say?
My little baby daughter with her.
And he's like. What do you say? Hey, Wabbit. Oh, what's up, Wabbit?
That's one of the great.
I even wrote that. I think I even wrote that down. Hello, Wabbit.
So many good one-liners. I guess I should continue. Sorry. Curmudgeonly nature has driven away the love of his life, but after firing staff member Elliot Loudermilk on Christmas Eve, Frank is visited by a series of ghosts who give him a chance to reevaluate his actions and right the wrongs of his past.
So I want to start by saying I didn't know that Danny Elfman did the score to this movie. Because I was listening, I was like watching it, I'm like listening to the opening score, I'm like, I was like, oh, that's got to be Danny Elfman. That's Danny Elfman. Yeah. And I looked it up and I was like, sure enough, it is. I was like, holy shit, I didn't even know that. So, and because I love music in a movie that'll stand out like that. So, and whenever you hear Danny Elfman, you know it's Danny Elfman.
Yeah. Well, so. I put I'm gonna start off with my first note was the commercial that
was awesome.
It was real dark for a Christmas.
It was very dark.
Okay, let's talk about that movie at the beginning of the night the reindeer died. I want to watch that.
That's what I said. I was like, I
want to see that. Like they come up,
they're like a real
attacking
movie.
Santa's and Santa's like, I'm not going anywhere, and they fucking have like an arsenal attack already.
The $6 million man comes in. He's like, I'll save Christmas.
Santa doesn't need that fucking guy. Yeah. He's got an arsenal already. Like
and a bunch of little soldiers.
But I want to know the backstory. Why did he already have an arsenal? How did he know he pissed somebody off? What is Santa doing?
Because that's David Harbour Santa from Violent Night.
Oh, is that the prequel?
Sure.
Okay.
The night Santa went crazy, he has an arsenal too.
Who?
The night Santa went crazy.
Oh. Well, have you ever seen The Fat Man with Mel Gibson? Came out a couple years ago.
I was
He's got a fucking arsenal, dude.
Well, you know...
that one's way, way grounded.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very grounded Santa movie. Like, I think it's just grounded. I feel like they could have went bigger with it, but they're like, we only have a budget. You know what I mean? We got a budget. So
we can't... Calm.
Yeah, take it back a notch.
Calm down.
So the acting from those two, that's what made that movie. You know what I mean? But anyway.
Two things before they even got to the commercial that always cracked me up is like, see, he's standing there and they show him like the nice commercial. And then he's like, oh my gosh, does that suck? You know, like, and then he opens up the drawer. He's got like a mirror.
Looking at himself.
He like looks at himself and he like, you know, it always cracks me up.
Like he's hyping himself up or something.
Yeah, or he looks at the mirror, mother, or that painting, mother, help me.
Yeah, mother, help me. And it's like this weird fucking abstract painting of this woman.
Is that what he said? Mother, help me?
Yeah.
Because I knew it was help me, but I didn't know what he was
His
saying.
mother, help me.
And he tells all, now I have to kill all of you.
I gotta say though, Bill Murray was the least like funny person in this movie. So like, okay, so like the cab driver, he was fucking hilarious. What was
the second ghost?
Yeah, the fairy. What's her name?
Carol Kane.
She killed it, dude. I loved her. I did love the banter back and forth between the two of them.
Yeah, I really loved Elliot Loudermilk's character.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, like that was like the Manson family Christmas
Yeah.
special.
So like, but like the fairy girl, like she comes in and she's like just punching him and knocking the shit out of him.
You kicked me in the.
Yeah. Well, hold on, I think I wrote something down here. What was it? Oh yeah, that bitch hit me with a toaster.
Yeah, the bitch hit me with a toaster. That's like my favorite line he says in the movie.
Yeah,
because he gets up and he's like, "The bitch hit me with a toaster."
The bitch hit me with a toaster.
Now, I don't think that you can really say that though. I think that they all play off each other equally well. Without him, you don't have that central.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think
play
that
off
Bill
of.
Murray was not funny in this. I kind of think that like this is one of his lesser performances, I guess.
Does it change things for you though? Because here's what I'll say: in most things, especially of that era,
right.
like it started in Caddyshack, Bill Murray didn't use a script,
right?
And he didn't in this movie either. They literally just threw scenarios out there. Everybody else was working off a script, but him.
Yeah, he just
ad-libbed.
Yeah, ad-libbed everything.
Yeah. I guess maybe, but it kind of goes to show that like some of it didn't always make sense. You're like, what the fuck is he even talking about? Like, so like it's just I don't know. I wrote it down in a specific manner. I'd have to look through my notes. Here, but.
Well, I like when he's trying to do his Christmas list, and Grace tries to guilt him. You know, she's like, "Your only brother." And he's like, most of these are towel.
You know, the funny.
Oh, right here. I said Bill Murray sometimes makes the movie incoherent. I was like, so it seems like he's kind of just rambling, because that's what he does.
But at where? At what?
I don't know. Just like throughout certain parts of the movie where, like, I guess the dialogue isn't super important. He just kind of rambles along and almost doesn't even make sense for the scene. So that was just one of the things that really bothered me, because I never had to pay this kind of attention.
Because I
can't really think of any specifics right now. So you're putting me on the fucking
I need
mark.
specifics because I do not know what you're talking about, sir.
When they went to the Grace, was it Grace?
Mm-hmm, his secretary.
Yeah, I think it's funny when she says we don't have a tree, and the grandma's like, they do now. Like, why are you letting them to bully the little one?
Yeah, I wrote that down too.
Grandma's that?
I'm like, why is grandma allowing the bullying to happen?
The kid needs some thicker skin.
And I found it weird, like the pounding on the door. This even bothered me as a kid watching this. On the pounding of the door, you can see like where it's pounding and like it leaves marks, and it even sounds metal. But then when the door blows open, it's wood.
I didn't even pay any attention to that. You're probably right, though.
When I was a kid, it bugged the shit out of me, and I noticed it every time I watched the movie.
Like, why is it wood?
Yeah, like I would be like, okay, so it's a metal door, and
because
then it blew open.
Because the wood looks probably more effective.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it would make sense that it's a wood door, not a metal door, but like it left, and it even sounded. It
looks like metal.
Yeah, it even sounded metal when it was pounding, and then you see like, hand, like indents where it's like leaving, and then. It blows the door open and there's all these wood splinters. But did you guys notice when his brother came to visit? And I know that this is just terrible, but it makes me laugh because I have a very warped and dark sense of humor. But when him and his brother are in his office and he's getting changed to go to that award show, and he's got the definition of cross.
Yeah, it's a piece of wood you nail a person to.
No, it says a thing they nail people to.
Yeah.
They couldn't get away with that nowadays.
No,
I noticed
you'd have fucking Karens all
And I never
Not
noticed.
you, Karen, but like
I know, but I
they'd
never
have
noticed.
Karens all over the internet just going nuts.
Oh, I thought it was funny.
Well, yeah, you think it's funny, but
I shouldn't. But it's funny.
Being the way I am, I looked at it and went, "Oh, that's wrong."
You see,
but
Karen,
it matches with his attitude.
Yeah,
Karen,
that's my
you
point.
gotta
That's why I said I was like, it's so
like
appropriate
other
for him to have in his
Other
office.
Karens will find that offensive. You're kind of like the Gizmo to all the other Gremlins. You get what I'm saying? They're all aggressive, but you're the one-off.
Well, I even wrote when at the end where he's going. Now all the men. All the real men.
Yeah.
All the women, all the real. That would not pass today.
fly
Yeah,
down
you're right. I thought
all
the
the
same
they
thing.
thems.
I saw that too. I thought the same thing. And I never noticed like when he stole that lady's cab. Never noticed it before. This time watching it that he flipped her off.
Yeah, he did.
I never noticed.
Straight gave her ass the finger.
He was like,
Yeah.
You know what I think's funny is that guy that comes in, the louder note guy, I think it is, the guy. I would tell him right away, stop touching me. Don't think that it's okay for you to come here and mess with my time. No, don't touch me. Also, the girl who gets knocked out, I think it's funny that he's like, can I turn her head? And they're like, no.
I wrote that down
But then
too.
they carry her out by her arms.
asks if he can turn her head after he turns it.
And then the cracks, too. You can do it. And it's like, see, you can, which I never noticed. You can see her nipple.
Yeah. I don't think I ever noticed that either. I was like, holy shit, you can't see her nipples.
He's like,
I was like,
you
it's
can
not-
hardly see them nipples.
Yeah, I was like, I think whenever I was a kid, I was like, that's not even see-through. What are they talking about? You know what I mean?
It's not even a nipple though. It's just the areola. Of
Yeah,
like,
it's not even the nipple.
You can hardly see them nipples.
And they're really looking.
Yeah.
And they're really looking.
I like how his explanation to her though when she shows up and he's like Russian vodka, poisoned by Chernobyl.
Oh my god, the part where he's like, I think it was before he was visited by the ghost of the future.
Yeah.
He's like pouring that vodka, and he's just like sprinkles coke in it.
Yeah.
He doesn't even not even enough to color it. It's just like, and then it like spills down the side. That's it.
Yeah.
It's like a little, like not even.
That was before the Ghost of Christmas future show.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And it wasn't even. It was like he like shakes it a little bit,
Oh,
like
yeah.
like he's salting
He
it or
just
something with
sprinkles
coke.
it, yeah.
My whole thing there is you just saw a ghost. So also with the amount of time, why didn't you just drink out of the bottle?
Yeah.
That annoys the shit out of me if you're watching movies and like they have like this giant like even just like the regular whiskey
and then they put a little bit
pour
in the
like
bottom.
a little bit in and then they have to keep doing it like just fucking
fill
fill
that
the fucking
bitch up.
thing
Yeah.
like Jesus. Oh, what was it? I think I wrote it down, but it was like oh, when he first calls her and he's leaving the message, well, like the ghost calls her and he leaves the message and he's like, it's been, and he looks at his watch, 15 years since we last talked. Like,
I think it's really fun, when he throws the water on the guy.
Oh yeah.
At the thing because he
Thought he was on fire.
Yeah. My whole thing is it really counts the guy right. I mean, he shouldn't have been counting. He shouldn't have been counting his tip out in the
That's
dining
fair.
room.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
You know what my favorite line in the whole movie is? My absolute favorite line is when she brings her little boy to see the show. And he sees the boy, and he picks him up, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" You know, and he's like, and she goes, "That's my little boy," and she picks him up, and he's like, "All right, you beat him."
I just think it's kind of dumb. Like Claire might be the dumbest person in this whole movie.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, but if somebody calls me after 15 years, I'm not going to come see him.
Yeah, like well, and then like jump right to it, you know, and pretty much want to jump his bone, especially the way he treats her.
But he was so
He treats her
smooth.
like shit.
He was so smooth, though. You have to give him credit here because he was like, "Oh, I guess I must have woken up your husband and your kids."
Yeah, whenever he was younger, whenever he was still nice.
No, when she shows up.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
When-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
okay,
he's like,
yeah.
"Oh, I guess I must have woken up your husband and your kids," and she's like, "Oh no, I never got married."
He's like, oh, really?
And he's
Me
like,
neither.
"Oh yeah, okay." You know, he's like, "Oh, I'm in."
Also,
You know.
I want to know why the ghost, the taxi driver, why he could go through the door, but he had to open it for Frank.
I think that was just part of the gimmick. It was supposed to be funny.
You know, after he threw the water on the waiter, I knew this. It was actually in the trivia, but I wrote it down because I already knew it. But when he slips after that was actually real. Like, he wasn't supposed to fall.
Oh,
He slipped
after
yeah, he slipped.
I was
on the
wondering about
water.
that. I was like, I wonder if that was he did that on purpose.
No,
or...
he slipped on the water and then fell. And he decided, he told him, he's like, you got to leave that in because it just
Funny.
adds to the
Yeah, it
insult
does add
of
to
the
it,
injury,
yeah.
you know? Oh, I like when he says, I guess my dad hasn't put up the Christmas lights yet. And he's like, it's Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Every time I hear that line, Jeremiah's going to kill me. But the only time we never had Christmas the only time we never had Christmas lights.
Plug your ears, Jeremiah. Yeah. You're not allowed to listen. Earmuffs.
Yeah. The only time we never had Christmas lights up was the year I was pregnant, because I was put on bed rest for a while, and then Jack was born on the 12th, and I wasn't allowed to do anything, like around that time, and Gage and I always put up the Christmas lights, and so that year I was like, you got to do it because I can't. And he never did, so we never had Christmas lights that year up outside.
I'm going to do it one year where if I ever have a place of my own, the person decorates next door, I'm just going to put a sign that says ditto. Because I always thought that's funny.
That's what they did. There's actually a place in Piqua that does it. Yeah, the guy, they put on all these fucking, I couldn't even imagine what their electric bill is. And,
and like the whole
just the whole yard and everything.
And have you ever looked at that? There is not, like, none of it goes together.
No, none of it.
People will put,
who cares?
like, a nativity scene or like a Santa Claus.
Yeah.
No,
it's a big mess.
Nothing. Yeah.
And then the guy next door did the same thing, and he just says, it's pointed next to the neighbor's house, and it says ditto.
Yeah, I have lights around my porch. I have a nativity scene. I have one of those, like, things that's on the house, like the projector things.
Yeah.
And I have like a lighted tree. I think that's it.
I don't have anything. Because I live by a school and kids like to tear shit up.
Yeah, no, I get that. At my old house, the only thing
We've thought about it, but I'm like, no, I'm good.
At my old
Too many
house,
kids
the only
walk
thing
by
we
my
did
house.
was lights on the porch because there was 19 stairs going up and down. Nobody was gonna dick with them, but that was all we did. One of my favorite things is when they go to his brother's house and Carol Kane's like floating down the stairs and she's like, "Hi, Cujo." I love what she says.
Oh yeah, with the dog who's barking at him.
The brother's wife, that is the lady. She was on Grey's Anatomy, and then she had her own show.
She was in a lot of different shows.
She was in a lot of shit. She was in Umbrella Academy. First couple seasons, and then
she was in some old shows that I used to watch. Like I think she was in Just Shoot Me was like the first place I ever.
Yeah, she was like, she's everywhere now. Like if you like, she's done movies, TV shows, and it's so weird seeing her like from '88. I'm like, God, she didn't even look that old in Grey's Anatomy and stuff. I'm like, so how old is this lady? Because like she looks like she could almost be in her 30s in this movie.
Yeah, I've seen her in other movies lately.
Yeah,
I don't remember which movies they were, but I remember who she is. I don't remember her name or anything, but like I said, yeah, I've seen her. She still looks pretty.
Yeah, she still looks like she don't look as old as I think she is now.
And you can,
because seeing her in this, I'm like, she had to have at least be in her mid to late 20s. So imagine now she would have to be in probably her 60s. You know what I mean? Almost her 60s.
Should have to be. Yeah.
So like, but she don't look like she could be in her 60s. Like maybe I'll give her early 50s.
Yeah.
So it's just weird. I'm like, God damn, like, because I almost did.
I didn't recognize her. I don't think I've ever seen her in anything else.
Oh yeah. I'm sure you have.
I didn't watch Just Shoot Me. I haven't watched Grey's Anatomy.
Umbrella Academy.
No.
She had another show. I can't remember. It was like a spin-off of Grey's Anatomy. But it starred her. But yeah, it was weird seeing her in this, like, because she has one of them faces that really stands out.
Yeah.
I think it's her eyebrows.
Fair
I don't know.
You know, I always hated the Herman dying part. Why didn't he just stay with Claire and never really explain that?
Oh, you mean for like the future flat thing or whatever?
No, when he when he gets up and he says the bitch hit me with a toaster, and then he looks over and he sees Herman. And he's dead, like he froze to death down there.
Oh yeah.
Like why?
I never understood that either. I think it was supposed to be more of a.
I get it.
A learning, it's a plot point.
Because he even says, "Do you think you can give me a couple of bucks so I can get something for home or something like that?" He says for home, and I think what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to make Frank realize that, dude, you could have helped him out, and you didn't.
You didn't, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a couple of bucks, you probably could have helped him out a little bit, but instead you are greedy and stingy and kind of a dirtbag.
Yeah, he kind of is.
I imagine that's what Bill Murray really is like in real life.
Yeah, he didn't learn much from the movie, did he?
No, I think Bill Murray comes off to be a bit of a dirtbag in real life. So.
Well, yeah, I mean that's very well established.
Yeah, that's true. I guess he is in some hot water right now.
Well, I mean, even before that, I mean, like, whenever this stuff started coming out, and I'm not saying that it's okay.
No.
All I'm saying is that this shouldn't surprise anyone.
No, it really shouldn't. With a lot of them old actors and comedians,
you know what's really
you had
funny,
that.
though?
So
with the way Bruce Campbell is, I've heard that he is actually a douche in real life.
I heard he's an asshole.
Yeah, but he has never ever been he has never.
There's a
been
difference
accused of
between
it.
being an asshole and being accused of some of the things.
Yeah,
he was being
like
accused
something.
of.
Like he's an asshole in the sense that like he's like go fuck off. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of person that Bruce Campbell is. Whereas Bill Murray is like physically and mentally an asshole. Like he's apparently there's some sexual harassment stuff going on, and you heard about the Seth Green thing where he picked him up literally by his feet and put him in a fucking trash can. A 9-year-old child and put him in a trash can.
Yeah.
Like he's just
he was sitting in a seat that he wanted to sit in.
Yeah, because he's an asshole. He's just a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
So and same as Chevy Chase, they were assholes.
You know, I like. I really will say, like, I like Bruce Campbell as Sam in that show. In Burn Notice.
Oh, and Burn Notice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the role that he does as Sam.
Yeah, he's good.
I actually want to make the next time I'm asked to make a character for a game, I want to name my character Chuck Finley.
That's funny. It kind of makes me laugh because right before that he goes from thinking that Grace needs a raise because they were just in his house with to
firing her,
and then he goes to like thinking that he's gonna fire her because she gave his brother a VCR, and then he drops down into the sewer and sees Herman, and it's like, dude, are you learning nothing? Like as you're going through this, like holy shit.
I will say that like they went with a very classic Scrooge story with this.
Well, yeah, I mean that's
which that was the idea because back
Right.
then, obviously. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I just watched Spirited, and they kind of shy away from that a little bit. They do, but they give the ghosts more purpose, which is really cool. But because I watched Spirited the day before I watched Scrooged, and so I was kind of able to compare.
You got a double dose kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. So I kind of was able to compare the two a little bit, and I hate to say it, but I think Spirited did it in a funnier, more fun way.
What?
God damn, dude.
What? You want to go?
Where are we going?
We're going right here. I'll knock you out.
No, you
Colder
won't.
than crap.
No, you won't.
Yeah. 2 hits. Me hitting you and you hitting the ground.
Oh god,
Oh
that's
my
like the most 80s. Like,
Oh my god.
I just remember my dad saying it.
I only heard that in like 80s movies. Like,
Right,
you know?
Yeah, my dad would always say 2.2. That's what you got. 2.2 what? 2.2 seconds. Like, you couldn't even get over here that fast.
Well,
Like-
well, here. You know what, Joseph? I came here to do 2 things: chew bubble gum and kick butt. And I'm all out of gum.
Oh lord.
All right. So anyway, back to my point.
Sorry, that was a tangent.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway,
So I don't even remember where the fuck I was going with this. because,
Spirited was better.
in a sense. Hold on now.
I'm giving him the evil eye.
Spirited is. I think that if you watch Spirited and you compare the two, for one, you have 2 major comical titans in Spirited. You got Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds.
You got more than that in Scrooged.
I understand. Not really.
Bobcat Goldthwait. Bill
Yeah, for
Murray,
back then.
Carol
Yeah, but that's what I'm
Kane.
saying. For back then. So back then you had those heavy hitters. Well, Bill Murray being the largest. I guess Bobcat. Yeah. But in this one you have
Bobcat was really big in the 80s.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
He died. When did he die?
he didn't die.
He ain't dead.
No,
I was gonna say I don't think he's dead.
I don't
I've
ever-
seen some stand up from him like a few years back.
Really?
Mhm.
Huh. I don't ever hear from him.
You guys don't talk anymore.
No, we don't talk anymore.
He still talks to me, man.
Does he?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I think you pissed him off.
Well, man, hey man, if you're hearing this, give me a call. I'm glad you're alive.
Wouldn't it be funny if he did? Wouldn't it be funny if he did call you one day?
That'd be fucking hilarious.
And it was like,
dude.
that is great that you listen to
Because
our
as
show.
soon as
Can
I
you please-
answer the phone, I'm gonna know exactly who it is.
You know, we've talked about
I'm not dead.
we've talked about this before, but my favorite Bobcat Goldthwait moment in a movie is in One Crazy Summer. When he's
he's in that movie. I need to see that movie again.
He's talking to that one guy, and he's like, I'm going to tell you a story about this fat kid, and everybody was mean to him, and they picked on him, and he goes, Egg, were you the little fat boy? And he goes, no, but I used to grab him and go, why are you so fat? Why are you so fat? I love that part. It cracks me up so much. Anyway, that's off topic.
I do miss him. I need to watch Police Academy, man. I do.
Remember the shower scene? He's walking up with the shampoo and it looks like a knife.
Oh yeah.
And the guy grabs the shower curtain. Ah!
Yeah. Oh, I love Police Academy, man.
Anyway.
Police Academy's a shit, especially the first couple of them.
I think that was the third, wasn't it? Citizens on Patrol.
I think it was. Yeah,
Third
it
or
might have
fourth.
been. Yeah. They're all good, I guess.
There's a time when
it's been so long since I've seen them all, though, that they all kind of like tie in together.
What was the
for
one
me.
where they blew the
What was that one? The
bullhorn,
the
bullhorn
the
thing,
bullhorn?
and it blew
Wait,
to his
you
mouth.
remember the one scene where the girl?
I think that was one or two.
The girl.
Maybe.
Maybe I don't remember.
No,
It's definitely a sequel. It's not one though.
No.
Remember one where the girl jumps in with she's got the big old boobs, and she jumps in the pool and she's like, okay, now who wants to come in the
Is
middle?
she the
Guys
ditzy?
just jump
Is
in
she
the
the
pool.
yeah? She's
Yeah,
the ditzy one.
the blonde cop that.
She's real strict and stuff. But
Oh
she's,
yeah, she's the mean one.
Yeah.
Like the hardcore one. Yeah.
And she's in love with the Asian guy.
Yeah.
She's always like
Yeah.
pulling him over.
Oh my god, I miss those fucking movies. I need to watch those. I bet you
The
could buy
stuff
them
that
all.
they did.
Oh, I'm
I
sure.
bet you can buy them all in a pack.
Probably.
The stuff that they did in movies in the 80s, you could not get away with nowadays, man.
And the problem is that it's really funny.
Yeah.
Like, well, I guess it's sense of humor.
Dude, you know, this week I
Like,
watched.
Bachelor Party.
I
God,
watched-
that movie. Movie is so funny.
This week I watched. I was just flipping through the channels and I seen the Three Stooges. So I decided to stop and watch Three Stooges because I've never really watched.
That shit
the
was
whole
funny.
Three Stooges. That stuff. It was the first thing in a long time that made me laugh.
It's actually really funny
It is
humor.
really
It is really
funny.
funny. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's very physical humor, but
Yeah.
dude, it is funny. Like some of that old stuff. Like I was up because I have a Marilyn Monroe collection. I love Marilyn Monroe movies, and I have in a separate movie. It was on DVD. It was a special edition though. Some Like It Hot. And it was one of my DVDs that I had to part with my daughter. I'm like, I don't even know if I want to give you this. Like, I love this fucking. I guess
Yeah.
it's really. It's a funny movie.
Yeah, and some of the old like Charlie Chaplin silent films.
Yeah.
They're really funny.
They can be very funny,
Yeah.
and I because
I want to see The Great Dictator.
yeah.
That he's in.
Yeah.
I've heard it's a really good one. And I haven't got to see it.
It is. It's very good.
have you ever seen Some Like It Hot?
No.
Marilyn Monroe? No.
It's good.
If you haven't, if you get a chance, dude, watch that movie. It's very, very funny.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of Marilyn Monroe's movies.
She actually did some decent
She did.
acting back in the day. She's got another one called Niagara. That's actually not a romance comedy at all. It's actually a thriller, which was really good. But no, Some Like It Hot and Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. And
I
then
think she looked better when she was around.
what was it called? The 7-Year Itch.
Yeah. 7-Year Itch.
That was one of her more
Big,
famous
big one.
ones
Yeah.
because of the whole.
I always like.
dress
I'm like
scene.
you. I always like Some Like It Hot better.
I love
was
Some
always
Like
my
It Hot.
favorite.
That movie's hilarious. I love that movie. But yeah. So anyway, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Kind of went off topic.
But did you guys notice that when at the end when he's talking, he says that he loves Claire and stuff, like she gets there like immediately.
Well, yeah. He asked her which floor.
What?
The
The
taxi.
taxi driver. He asked which floor.
It was the ghost from. It was the first ghost.
Whenever she hopped in
well,
taxi.
see, I didn't think.
She's
I
like, "Can you get me to the building?" Blah blah blah. He's like, "Yeah, which floor?"
I didn't think he like did that though.
Why
I didn't
wouldn't
think
he?
like because then she's going, hey, this happened.
Maybe he wiped her Memory.
He's just Men in Black now.
Okay.
You've been Men in Black.
He's a ghost. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
I didn't think about that then, I guess. But also, the guys with the Little Pet Shop of Horrors reference, I'm pretty sure you guys caught that.
Yeah, I caught that.
Oh, yeah.
Feed me. See, I didn't understand that.
He was in.
I know he was in it, but I didn't.
The voice of the flower.
No, he was in it. He was the crazy guy in the dentist.
Yeah, he was the one that liked
He was actually Jack Nicholson's character
from the original.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I forgot that was the part. I listened to that song so many times, the Dan Aykroyd one. Be a dentist.
That's Steve Martin, dear.
Oh, Steve Martin. Yeah.
Steve Martin plays the dentist.
Yeah, Steve Martin.
Either way,
those are two completely different
Dan
people.
Aykroyd's in it though too, isn't he?
No. John Candy is.
Yeah.
He plays the radio.
Yeah,
host.
John Candy's the radio host. Steve Martin's the dentist. Rick Moranis is Seymour.
Mm-hmm.
What's her face? I don't know.
You guys went and saw Jessica's play, right?
Yeah.
I gotta say, the kid that I don't know which one you watched, because I know they had two different kids in there playing.
We went Friday.
See, I think that was a different crew. But the kid who played the dentist, whenever we went to watch it, did a really good job.
They all did amazing.
I think they.
Yeah,
I agree.
Every single one of them.
Yeah, they did great.
What did they do a play of?
Little
Shop of Horrors. Yeah.
It was amazing.
Down at the theater.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Jessica was in it.
Yeah, it was very good.
I figured that when you said, "Did you guys see Jessica's play?"
Yeah, she was.
Answered, no, I didn't.
She was the radio.
She was. She had a few roles in that one.
I want them to know I'm here.
Yeah, they know you're here, Matt. She had a few different roles. She had I think she was the radio announcer, wasn't she?
No. She was the magazine. I can never remember her name. The magazine.
She did the open.
Lady.
She did the open
opening,
dialogue.
Yeah, she
did
the opening
did you guys ever
dialogue in there.
You guys ever see the alternate ending of that?
Yeah, where
the plants take over the world.
That's
the ending they went with.
That's the ending they went with at the play.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's actually that's actually the ending to the play in originally on Broadway.
But they
the original story is actually a horror movie. You ever seen the horror movie?
No.
The horror movie is actually very good.
The black and white one?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the original story, and it's actually terrifying.
It's not a musical at all.
No, it's not a musical. It's not.
Don't get me wrong. It's got its campy. It's got its campy moments.
I mean, come the fuck on. It's in black and white. And it was made for like $20. Give them a break.
So but Jack Nicholson is in it as Bill Murray's character.
Yeah. But I mean, come on. The ending to that first one is terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, you're not expecting it. You don't see it coming, and then when it happens, you're like, "Oh shit!"
Essentially, everybody dies.
Well, not just that. The blooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. That you're like, you don't see that coming. I guess is what I'm saying. Yeah. Like it's probably the first time in movie history where you're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, it kind of fucks you up a little bit.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, we keep doing that.
What are we doing?
So inside of that robe was terrifying.
Yeah.
Inside the what?
Inside of the.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was terrifying as shit.
The first time.
He's like, "May I?"
And then he like opens it again, like.
Yeah. Like I would. I mean,
yeah, that's what he said. Did our effects
department? Like the fucking noise that comes out of there. He's like, "We're gonna get phone calls."
Did you? I remember one of the times I seen that when my cousin Jessica was real small, and that scared the crap out of her.
I don't blame her.
Yeah.
You know what it reminded me of? Is whenever it reminded me of whenever Freddy Krueger opened his.
Oh, and you heard all the souls screaming. Yeah. That. Where it was like circling. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So why would the kid end up in a padded room just because he wouldn't talk?
I didn't understand that either. I get that they're trying to scare him straight, but it's like, okay.
Like, yeah, I don't understand. Like the kid.
Well,
just
I know that. Well, they mentioned that the kid had seen his dad murdered 5 years prior. I'm like, but the kid is only like 5.
Did they
right, and he's okay.
Yeah,
that's when he stopped talking.
Oh,
I was like, but was he even
because his dad died? I didn't know
the kid was probably only like 6 or 7. I'm like, but he
wasn't displaying any like violent tendencies or anything.
I'm like, he just doesn't talk.
He just doesn't want to talk.
Yeah.
I mean, give him a minute. There's times I don't want to talk either. Maybe
I don't know. I think his end monologue at the end was not very effective. It was just kind of like he was just kind of going through the motions of.
I don't know. I took it like this, and I felt like it was very genuine.
The only way, hold
so
on,
I do
stop you
think
for a
it's
second.
why the
I
fuck
think I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
between the two of you, I swear to fucking Christ. Anyway.
Holy shit, Matt, what'd you do?
I don't know. I piss a lot of women off.
No, between the I'll do what I want. I'll do what I want. Both of you. I've had it up to here.
Well, we'll do whatever we want. Now she's gonna stab me.
I won't.
Yeah, you're across the table. Like, anyway, so I think that
you're closer though.
you
know that,
exactly.
right?
That's what I'm saying. It's like you're across the table. I'm right here. So the end monologue.
Karen wouldn't dream of hurting me.
Oh, okay. Whatever you think, Matt. So the end monologue, like the only thing that I can really get from that kind of says that kind of left any kind of message with me was kind of take a step back and look at around you and take your time. Don't I don't know. That's the only kind of message I got from it.
What I was gonna say is that what was genuine for me and like what I took out of it, if I were watching that and I was seeing it live, let's say like that was really happening on television, and that part where he's like, it can happen for you, and he like, gets kind of breathless and like he's gonna cry, and he kind of, kind of like
that end part where he was like tearing up was like, I like that.
That is what I'm saying, like the genuineness of it. Like it wasn't necessarily what he was saying; it was the way he was saying it made you really comprehend that something had happened that changed him, and that whatever he was talking about, that the kindness and genuinity that you really need to take into the season is something that you really should consider, or you know what I mean, like those things that he was talking about. Just the fact that he was so genuine with his message was the part that I thought was important there. I thought Rich Claire in the future looked like the Joker.
Yeah, she was kind of creepy.
Yeah,
she's all makeuped up and shit.
Yeah, a lot. Her face, like with it was really kind of.
She had like very white makeup on and then like black lipstick. And I was just like, Jesus.
And I didn't. You said earlier that you thought she was stupid. I don't think she's stupid.
No, I didn't mean like stupid. I just think that
nice.
Her problem is like she's naive.
I don't think she's naive. I think she knows exactly what she's doing. I just think that she's
hoping that her niceness bleeds off onto him.
No, I think that she literally just wants to be a good person to the point that she doesn't care if you're a bad person. She just wants to be a good person. You know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't care that you're a bad person. She just wants to be a good person to you, regardless.
She's just a naturally good person.
Right.
See, also what I was like with the Ghost of Christmas Christmas Future, like where he goes to her and she's like all evil. I don't see her changing like that. I don't see that change happening.
Well, the point though that it's trying to make is like when he looked at her and he said, "Scrape him off, Claire."
Yeah.
That is supposed to have struck a chord with her, and over time it would have. That's what it would have done to her.
It resonated in something bigger
because that's what she said to her friends. And that was a turning point for her. So if it had gone on, then that would have...
It would have molded her personality into more of a heartless being.
Right. But, I love when his boss calls the, what do you call it? The studio. And he's like, I want to talk to Bryce Cummings. And he's like, well, he's a little tied up right now. Yeah. And then he's like, in fact, he just called you a flatulating butthead.
That's what I giggled at that. I looked back.
Oh, butthead.
Yeah, I looked back at Chris and I'm like, he called him a flatulating butthead.
Yeah. And then he's like, yeah. And then he's like, yeah, he's like, he's got some feelings for you. He's never felt that way about a man before. And then he kicks his cat.
Yeah, he did kick the cat.
And okay, one last thing about his epilogue there.
Also, I just want to say one thing about the boss. You are an arrogant piece of crap if you bring your own silverware.
No shit. I was gonna say that. He pulls it out and he's like, I think I even rolled it. Yeah, who brings their own silverware? Gold to boot. Yeah. I mean, but when
just
he
tastes
said,
better off of gold.
The one thing that resonated with me, and I was trying to explained this to you when we were talking about you didn't really care for Christmas, but this is what Christmas means to me, and this is why I love Christmas. We are the people that we always hoped we would be at Christmas time.
But you just have to continue to do it.
Right. But it's so much easier to be that person.
I understood that part because he said be the person that you hoped you always would be, and then just after that keep doing it.
Right.
Day after
that's
keep doing it.
That's the part that's always resonated with me every time I've watched that movie.
Because people, and he's not wrong, because essentially what he's saying is, yeah, people are good on Christmas.
Right.
But what about the rest of the year?
Right, right.
That's why I'm not so big on Christmas, because I try to do that all year round.
Right, and I get that. I'm just saying that, like, the one
Dude,
thing
you just threatened to beat me up.
Yeah, but you know I'm not really going to beat you up.
I know, but still.
The one thing
Dick,
that I
you hurt my feelers.
You don't got feelings.
I said feelers, not feelings. Feelers are my fingertips.
Well, I'll rip those off and beat you with those.
You're going to beat me with my own fingers?
You said fillers.
They are kind of sausage-like. You could probably...
I got sausage fingers. I got sausage feelers.
But, I mean, I guess my point is like, you know, okay, Matt, that's fair. You know, you try to be a good person year-round, and I do too. And you do too. But I'm saying that around Christmas time, you see it around you.
Yeah, more.
Yeah.
And that's nice to see.
It is nice. It is nice to see some people who are...
It's nice to feel it in the world at that time.
The funny thing is...
Some people around Christmas are like, you're just relieved that they're actually in a good mood.
Mm-hmm.
That spirits got into them a little bit.
Right.
Earlier this week, I did start feeling like I need to be a little bit more into Christmas, because I got grandkids and stuff. I like
grandkids.
Yes, I got grandkids.
God damn, how old are you?
No?
A vasectomy didn't take, did it?
I guess not.
Damn, I'd sue that doctor.
Yeah. Like, my kids are like super kids now. My
say,
kids are already having kids.
I had kids that are having kids.
But no, what I meant is, I have nieces and nephews and stuff, and yeah, I don't want them to think. But like, my thing is, I think Christmas has also gotten to where it's so commercialized and it's celebrated for all.
100%.
The difference is, what I'm saying is that you take that, maybe you feel that way, and that's fair. You can feel that way, but you take that and you do what you can with the people you know.
Yeah.
Your family. I don't let my kids do, like, we don't over commercialize it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you take with your family and you do those traditions to keep it from getting that way in your family. Right?
Yeah, and like I said, though, I was feeling like I need to get a little bit more into the Christmas thing. I think it's not so much as I don't care about Christmas, because I do care about Christmas. It's just that I celebrate it for different reasons than people do. And I think that the old reason with the whole, the birth of Jesus and stuff should be the way it's celebrated, not because of people just want to be greedy. Because there's a lot of people that are just greedy.
Yeah. I'm just saying that what he said there really resonated with me, because I do try to be a good person all year long, but it's nice to be out in the world and see other people feeling it in the world.
But these days it's hard to always be a good person, because these days it's so much easier to be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Like, people take advantage of their situations and things like that.
But you can still be a good...
And yeah, of course. You can
still be a good person and not let people take advantage of you.
Right. Mm-hmm. I understand that. And I try to be a nice person. I try to be a good person. But I also always have my guard up, because that's just the way I'm wired, and that's the way I am now. And I don't ever try to hold it against anybody, but you become a certain way after being, and I'm sure everybody here can relate, but used and taken advantage of so many times. You can only do it so many times.
Okay, when I used to work with you, there was that one time where that guy walked up and he was giving us a sob story.
And that's bullshit.
And I gave him $3, and you were like, "Why'd you do that? You should." Dude, I don't care if he thinks he's taking advantage of me. I did it out of the kindness of my heart. It had nothing to do with what story.
And I understand that part, but for me, I look at it like that man is perfectly capable of work. He is perfectly capable of taking care of himself. Simply, all you're doing by handing him that $3 is enabling him to say, "I can keep doing this, and I can keep asking for it, because people will still keep giving it to me." And that man will never do anything to make his life any better. I understand being a giving person.
That's not my problem.
You're right. That's not your problem. But if you want to actually help somebody, help them in a way that it's like what they say. You can You can feed a fish a man that'll feed him. You can give a fish a man or a man. Fuck. You can give a man a fish and it'll feed him for a day, or you can teach a man to fish and you can feed him for a lifetime.
Yes, but see, also you don't know that guy's story. He might actually not be able to work, but not be able to get SSI because SSI is extremely hard to get.
Hey,
to people.
Scrape them off, Matt.
I'm just saying, when I give people money, I don't care about what their story is. If they need money, I will give them money.
No.
Yeah, well, I do care.
You guys didn't.
I got it.
Didn't care.
I got the
I had one
reference.
guy-
Thank you. I'm trying
got
to
the
bring it
reference.
back to the movie here.
I gave one guy $5, and he said, "Don't worry, I won't use it on drugs." And I said, "I don't care."
That's where you should care. You care enough to give them money. You should care enough about what they do with it.
I understand what he's saying.
I understand what he's saying too, but
once it changed from my hand to his hand, it's not my money anymore. It's his money.
okay. I don't know. I believe in
It's
hard
just one
work.
of those things that I believe in hard work too, but I also believe that helping people, even they may not see it right then, but someday it might make them realize later on down the line that, wow, I can do something
I hope
better
so.
for somebody.
I hope that you're right, Matt. I'm not saying that. I just hope that you're right. I do. I hope you're right, and I hope that's the case. But
see, that's the one thing I try to do is
Even if it's right 1 out of 100 times, it's worth it.
I try to see the goodness in people.
Yeah.
I try to see the good in people.
I do too. I try to, man, but it's hard sometimes.
I get both sides.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that
I believe that everybody deserves a chance, but some people have been given too many chances.
This is where I look at it. If I've given you chance after chance after chance, and you've continued to dick me over, I'm not giving you any more chances.
Oh no, you only get one chance from me.
Well, I'm just saying, but if you are a bum on the street, I don't know you from Adam, I don't know your story, I don't know anything, I'm going to give you $5. I don't know if that's going to make a difference in your life or not. I don't know if I'm enabling you or I'm changing your life. It's a different...
Yeah.
It's two different scenarios.
I get it.
It's a 50-50 chance what you're doing.
Right.
And
it's I don't feel like that's taking advantage of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a different
somebody
scenario.
A little bit of money to help them is not them taking advantage of me.
No.
Me taking advantage is like if I let you move in with me and you say you'll pay half the rent and you never pay that half of the rent.
Right.
And that stuff is like stuff that I won't let you screw me over on. But if it's just like, if you're a dude on the street, yeah, I'll give you a little bit of money. I mean, even if you're not poor and you need gas money, dude, I'll throw you some money. I mean, if I have it and I'm having a good, week yeah, sure, dude, you need $5? Here, I would do that too. If you ever came to me and said, man, I need some money, and I had some
That's
money,
different though. We know each other, so.
Yeah, but
9 times out of 10, people you're getting taken advantage of are people that know you.
That's true too. Also.
Yeah, because I mean, look how many times what's his name took advantage of us.
Who? Oh yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Some bitch. All right, that's all I got on this movie though.
That was all I had. I just wanted to end with that because that's how I feel about Christmas.
You know what I did forget?
What?
Is we forgot at the beginning to say if we would watch it.
Oh,
yes and yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I would recommend for sure.
Yeah. It's a good Christmas movie.
I'd recommend it. I would.
But
watch
like
it.
I said,
I bought it on Blu-ray. Why wouldn't I?
I've seen this movie every year. Like I said, this is something we watch every year.
One of the ones that, like, I just bought it this year, and me and my mom were talking about it. I was like, I want to recommend Scrooge. Well, I wanted to recommend Gremlins. But I ended up having to recommend Scrooge, and I told my mom, I was like, I should just buy it. And my mom was even like, yeah, because you watch it every year. And that's why it's one of the Christmas movies that I always try to see, because Bill Murray's funny, and yeah, Bobcat's hilarious too. And yeah, it's just it's a good one of those good movies that's been overdone, but it always has the same
I love it.
moral.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a good movie. And then we talk about the we talked about the movie. So reviews. I'm not going to look up that stuff because I don't do that. Well, I guess I should.
You do.
Well, we got to give our own reviews.
Yeah,
first.
you look it up. We'll do our reviews while you look it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I usually
You
do.
can start with Karen.
Shit. Fuck. Okay. I watch it every year. Been watching it since I was a kid. Passed it on my kids. I love the humor. I love Bill Murray's sense of humor. Dude's hilarious. He may be a dick, but he's funny. Carol
funny
Kane.
dick.
Yeah, he's a funny dick.
He's like an uncircumcised penis.
God, he wears a hood.
Jewish?
Yeah.
I mean, not Jewish.
They're
can
circumcised. They're just anyway.
Yeah. She would know.
He wasn't Jewish.
No, I know he's not Jewish, but he could pass for a Jewish dude.
Well, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, I love the revamp of the story. The funny thing is I've never actually seen the original story. Like, I think I watched it in school like one time, but I don't think I watched it like all the way. I think I kind of like, I don't know, didn't pay attention or something. It was boring to me.
Right.
So this is really the only version of A Christmas Carol that I know. And so I guess for that, it's important to me. And I love the part at the end when he's like, you know, doing his little epilogue thing. And it's because of the emotion and his voice and him talking to the crowd and stuff. It just seems so personal.
How much coke do you think he had snorted on this set? Or I mean, like on this during this movie?
I don't think he did. If he did, probably
he was
not.
definitely doing coke back then.
Not so much in the late 80s because of Belushi. They all kind of slowed down by then.
So he was
I don't know if
him and Chevy Chase were like hardcore coke addicts.
Yeah, but after Belushi, they all kind of calmed the fuck down. Anyway.
Well, everybody back in that day was a hardcore coke addict anyways. Most of them.
Back in the 80s, man, coke was a big thing.
So, yeah, I can't really talk about it much else because there's not really any, like, effects or anything.
There's a little bit of practical effects. Not much.
Yeah,
though.
but they're not meant to be great. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
you know, Carol Kane, she's flying around, but you can see the strings, and that's on purpose. You know what I mean? Like,
same as like the death, essentially. Like, obviously, it's not great.
yeah.
I will say, and I wrote this down, that the first ghost, not a ghost of future or past, but like the ghost that tells him initially that he's going to be visited by three ghosts. His ex-boss.
His old boss.
I did like his prosthetics, and I liked his arm prosthetics and stuff. Like, he looked dead.
Yeah, I agree.
Out,
that was very good. The makeup.
Yeah, it looked good.
The makeup was very good. So
that part where the golf ball and the mouse was crawling out of his head,
yeah.
like that actually kind of grossed me out a little bit.
Did
I was
it?
like, ugh.
Oh god.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like Bill Murray's reaction too. He's like, ah. Yeah, there's a lot of things to love about the movie, and honestly, I can't think of a lot of things to hate, other than some of the things that maybe we know now about
Right.
Bill Murray, and you know, kind of does cast a small shadow.
Yeah.
But you can't really hate on so many of the other actors and what was accomplished with the movie. So I'm going 8.
8.
I love this movie.
All right.
I'm going with the... Wait, do I need to... I can just tell the... I'm going with a 7. That's what I'm doing. I'm just telling the way I want to do it. That's all I got to say about that.
Just a 7.
Yeah. I'm giving it a 7. And the reason is because, like, I have trouble rating movies. You know, I'm not really good with the thing. But I like it. But, like I said, there's always room for improvement.
Right.
And it's funny, and it's got... I would have liked it a little bit more fun. There should have... Bobcat could have had a bigger role. I think he could have been a lot more funny and stuff. And Bill,
I would have
liked how they just kept showing him throughout the movie.
I did too.
You know what I mean? Like,
I
how
did
they
too,
just
but I
kept-
agree with Matt. If they would have had more of him in this movie, it would have made the movie so much better.
yeah, like I kind of
agree.
feel like Bobcat kind of was the star of this one. Like
No.
it's,
He-
this is
Well,
one of
he
the
easily
fir-
could have been.
Yeah, and I like Bill
Not
Murray.
unless he's Frank Cross.
Okay,
'cause
but
I'm just saying, like,
it's
he would have stole the.
Scrooged.
He's saying he would have stole the show.
I like.
He kind of does, but the whole point, like, I liked how they just kept going back to him. It made it even better when you
Right.
did see him. You know what I mean?
Right, I guess.
I like the fact I like Bobcat in it, and I like Bill Murray, and I think they both did a great job. And and
they played off each other so well when they were on screen together.
And like I get, like I said, usually with it, there's always room for improvement. Like I said, I would never give anything a 10 here because there's always
except for
room
those two movies that we talked about. Yeah.
Well, the highest I've ever given a movie was 9.5, and wasn't that the Weird Al movie?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, Velocipaster
you really
was
loved
a
that
10,
movie.
Yeah.
The Desert movie was a 10.
I didn't watch either of those.
Well, I don't know if I could say
watch both.
Velocipaster.
I think it's going to be the opposite of a 10 for me, and it'd be 1.
I don't think a hey, don't mock it until you see it.
Don't knock it till you've seen it.
But
Amazeballs.
I don't think so much Velocipaster was a 10 for me. I think the
15?
costume for Velocipaster
15? You're going
was
15?
what? Yeah, I'm gonna go. No, I'm going 11.
Oh, 11.
The dial doesn't go that high. This one does.
But yeah, it's like I said, 7. It's a good movie. The nostalgia, because it's all I've always watched it. It's just always it seems to be one of those Christmas movies that come around.
Yeah.
And every time it's on, I'll stop and see it because it's Bill Murray and Bobcat, and then
a lot of it's so much nostalgia.
Yes,
for
and
us.
also I will say from the beginning, I don't know what it is. The Ghost of Christmas Future has been the creepiest Ghost of Christmas Future that I've ever seen.
He is pretty creepy.
Yeah, and
that robe.
Yeah,
it's the robe mostly. Yeah,
yeah, and I just
it's very big and bulky,
and it's covered in cobwebs.
Yeah,
it's
pretty creepy.
And I like it's just like, because what really gets me is for a lot of the little like Christmas Carol movies, I always want to know what the ghosts look like. Mm-hmm. Those are the thing that catches me. What do they look like? And stuff. And this one, like I said, all the ghosts were funny. I love the cab driver. I think he's hilarious.
Yeah.
The old timey cab driver, but how he steals the booze out of the guys as he's driving by.
Yeah. He just can't cut a break, man.
No, he can't.
And it's funny because there he says, "I've been blind stinking drunk," and I'm like, "Really? Have you?" Because every time I
really drink that much.
But he kept giving blood, so he didn't need much to get drunk.
But yeah, so it's just like there's a whole bunch of stuff, and it's one of those movies that has been remade so much, but it always still has the same story.
Yeah,
has the same outcome and the same message.
And it's just,
and it's hard to stick out when it's been remade so many times.
Yeah,
and this movie has stuck out and made a mark.
35 years. Yeah.
This is it's one of my. This one is. If anybody goes, "Oh, you're going to watch a Christmas Carol make this year," which it's going to be Scrooged.
Yep,
I mean, it's always.
I gotta say, I think Spirited's up there with me now, man. I really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, nobody.
But
cares.
yeah, I think
I gotta watch it.
I think it's one of the best you know what I mean.
Adaptations.
The
Gotcha.
people that I talk to are smart. They know what I'm talking about.
He called you guys smart. You hear that?
But yeah, and they know I'm not that smart, so they.
No,
understand.
I'm saying you gave them a compliment.
Yeah. Ooh, I love everybody that listens to this show.
There you go.
No matter who you are, even if I don't really know you. Hey, man, love you.
Aww. So sweet.
But Matt's ready to give out mouth hugs.
No.
He's like, no, not quite.
Just regular hugs. I'll give out regular hugs. If you really want a hug, like, come to me. I'll give you a hug.
Mouth hug?
Do you want a hug?
Mouth hug.
No, I don't want to give you a hug. But, 7. And like I said, all the nostalgia and stuff. It seems that a lot of movies that we watch here are nostalgia-based.
Here recently, but it's been Christmas and
Halloween, all that stuff. Yeah. We're gonna get back into the real shit here.
But I am saying my next pick is gonna be horrible.
Now I still got to do my review.
I know. I'm just saying.
Wow.
Just expect my pick. I have a feeling my pick's gonna be like. I have a feeling that you guys won't be able to guess it, and you guys will think it's horrible.
Okay.
Those are always the best reviews, though.
Yeah.
Those are always the most entertaining.
And then, did you already gave yours?
No, I haven't given mine yet. That's why I was like, you went from Karen to you, and I'm like, I guess we're just going this way.
Okay. Well, I'm done with Joseph.
My thing is I'm like these guys. I've been watching this movie since I was a kid. Bill Murray is... I don't like Bill Murray as much as I did when I was a kid. Like, he's more nostalgia for me now. Like, if you see his, like...
You know so much.
Yeah,
now
like, now... Well, it's not even, like, him. It's just... like, I don't know, like seeing him in new movies and shit, like he doesn't have the same effect on me that he did back then.
I don't think he cares anymore.
Probably not. He's cashed in. Yeah. You know what I mean? But even then, like even watching his stuff, his old stuff now, I'm still like, yeah, he's okay, I guess.
Take it back.
I don't care what you think, dude. Like everybody's like, oh, Ghostbusters. Yeah, he was great in Ghostbusters. But like if you go back and rewatch it as an adult, you're like, he's not really that funny. Not as funny. Don't stop giving me that look. I got my opinions.
Yeah, they suck though.
We need to fucking.
You're entitled to your.
Me and Karen need a wall between each other so she can stop giving me dirty ass looks. But I don't know. This is why they got cubicles and offices. So
this is true.
And partitions, so they're like.
It's a good thing we don't have like darts up here with that dartboard. You know what I mean?
Fuck that, dude. That's plastic darts anyway.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard.
I got real darts in my garage though.
Do you?
Yeah, we're not going there though.
Oh.
A lot of them too. Anyway, so. I don't know. I think that Bill Murray does a good job in this movie. He does a lot of rambling, which I don't like, but
I'm still
he also
to hear the next one. Like when?
Shut up.
When?
Just shut up. Let me do my review, Karen. Let me do my review, man.
Okay.
So anyway, I think that a lot of the side players in this movie do more for me in the movie than Bill Murray does. I don't think Bill Murray does a bad job. I still think he's great. And I still think he is hilarious, especially back in the 80s, early 90s, all that stuff. But just like everybody that plays off of him in this movie is so great. I love it. Like I said, the Ghost of Future or Ghost of Present or whatever.
Carol Kane.
Yeah, she was awesome. I loved her. She was just but the banter
Let's
between
not fight anymore.
Yeah. The banter between those two was probably one of my favorite parts of the whole movie.
Yeah. Like
especially the part where he says,
shows up and
bitch
he says
hit me with a toaster.
The ball breaker suite.
Yeah. And then she goes up and runs up and kicks him in the nuts. Like, I just love it.
Me in the
I also like the punch in the face is my favorite one.
Think of Misty Meadows.
Misty Meadows. Yeah. But I'm going to have to come in at a 6.5 with it. It's not the best movie ever. It's not the funniest movie ever. But it is a good Christmas movie, and it is a good comedy, and I'll give it that much. Because if it was anything else, it would suck. But I do like the movie, and I just, like I said, I bought it on Blu-ray.
If it was anything else, it wouldn't be Scrooged.
Exactly.
Okay. just making sure.
So I'll give it a 6.5. It's the best I could do. I almost gave it a 6, but I was like, it deserves more than that. It's a classic, you know. So I'll give it a 6.5. And not even because of Bill Murray, but because of everybody else.
It was because of the flatulating butthead.
That too, honestly. Like, Bobcat, dude, he killed it. I fucking loved him in this movie.
Butthead!
Butthead!
He never felt that way about a man before, but
he really feels something about you.
He really feels a special way about you.
But yeah, 6.5. Matt, it's on you.
Okay, so now we're reading the audience
we go
breathe.
We go critics first.
Okay, critics, and we're doing the Rotten Tomato scores.
Yep.
So it's a percentage. What do you guys think that the critics did? Karen.
82.
Cheater. I don't know. I'm just calling you out as a cheater.
I was looking down.
I'm gonna say. See here, you gave it an 82.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go down. I think it's lower. I bet it's lower.
It probably is.
I'll give it an 80. I'm gonna go under her.
Joseph, you were closer. They gave it a 69%.
Ooh, damn.
Whoa.
That low? Really? I didn't think it was gonna be that low.
They're a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, that is low.
But remember, this was 1988. So these people who seem to do this from old movies, they judge
it more harshly.
They are pretty hard on it.
Yeah, you're right.
They do it on today's.
Yeah, but you think that critics wouldn't be so harsh on a movie they know is older?
Yeah, you're right.
But them critics, man, they fucking suck dick. So.
But okay, what do you guys think the audience gave it?
All right, I'm gonna go. They went higher. I know they did. So I'm gonna go 82. I'm sticking with 82.
82.
Mm-hmm. It's the first time I've ever done that.
I don't know if it's higher than that or not, man. Honestly, for an audience score, I know it's gonna be higher than the critics. I'm gonna say it's still lower. I'm gonna stick with my 80.
Joseph, you're closest at 71.
71?
These people suck.
Wow, it's only like 2 more higher. That's nuts.
They suck.
Okay. I was looking at the things that they said, and there's one that I really want to read. It's from a critic.
Okay.
And the person's name that's the critic is Jonathan Rosenbaum, who looks like he could be the ghost of Christmas future.
Okay.
And this is one of the ones that it's the reason I want to read it is because he gave it a 1 out of 4, which I'm pretty sure reviews go up to 5.
Is that what he said? 1 out of 4?
Yeah, it's a rating 1 out of 4, and it's so chocked with big words that. So, like, give me a chance, because people who know me know I'm not a good reader. But
Me not read so good.
it says tacky in the extreme. The self-congratulation 1988 film is an exercise in hypocrisy. Yes, thank you. Indulging from every.
I love you struggling.
Indulging every form of Christmas exploitation that it pretends to attack, and many of the laughs are forced. Wrong. And like I said, he looks like he could play the Ghost of Christmas Future.
See, that's not accurate at all.
He's just mad because they.
I think it sounds like he's just trying to be a pretentious prick.
Yeah, that's what a lot of them do. If they use big words, they're trying to be that's
all it is.
They're trying to sound smarter.
Yeah, he's just trying to be
I'm going to read
dick.
this other one because I've made a job out of reading more reviews than everybody else has. This one that's 3 out of 5 I really like because it's the little tomato instead of the splat, and it says Murray's doing what he does best. If you like that sort of thing.
That's kind of funny, actually.
Kind of accurate, too.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
If you like that kind of thing.
That's what I liked about it. If you like that kind of thing.
That's
okay,
fair. I mean,
sure.
that's a fair assessment.
That is true, yeah.
And then, so I'm trying to get to more of the reviews, because a lot of these reviews that are right here are pretty, like, 4 at least. This one's a 3.5. It says, is it one of those big ones? Yeah, we're going to skip that one.
Well, let's move along here.
Let me read one
running
more.
Short on time. We have probably a
2
lot
hours,
of.
man.
You probably have a lot of trivia, don't you?
Just because.
It wasn't as bad as it's been.
I was gonna say it's an older movie. A lot of times, some older movies.
Okay, Karen, go ahead and do your trivia.
Dick.
Gotta keep it moving along, man.
Bill Murray and Richard Donner apparently did not enjoy working together.
Who?
Wait, who?
Richard Donner.
Who's that?
He was the director.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Wow. They didn't enjoy working together.
Wow.
When asked by Roger Ebert if they had any disagreements, Murray said only a few every single minute of the day.
Only a few every single minute of the day.
It could have been a really good movie. The script was so good, but we made it so fast. He kept telling me to do things louder and louder. I think he was deaf. When Carol Kane grabbed Murray's lip, she actually tore it very badly, and filming had to be halted for several days.
I was gonna say, she did grab that fucker pretty hard. I was like,
she
did. God damn.
Yeah. So filming began in December of 1987, and Donner asked for the crew and the whole production to have Christmas Day off, but Paramount execs refused. So Donner outwitted them by firing the entire cast and crew on December 24th, and then rehiring them on December 26th, allowing everyone to have Christmas Day off with their families.
That's fucking funny, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny also that they asked if they could have the Christmas Day off, and they said no for a movie that's about
Scrooge, of all things.
Christmas spirit.
Yeah. You want to talk about
and Donner's
commercial?
like, okay, you're all fucking fired.
Yeah, you want to talk about commercial enterprise? Like that right there is like, that's Scrooge to a T.
Yeah. Actually, Carol Kane actually got quite upset about having to rough up Bill Murray in their scenes together. It really bothered her.
But it didn't bother her to pull his lip off.
I guess. Well, and I couldn't find confirmation about this, but what I read was that they think it had to do with her, like the wing
Yeah.
You know how she would like fly. She was flying.
Yeah.
And it like slipped as she like went to grab him.
Okay.
So I mean, I can't confirm that, but that's what I found.
Yeah, but who grabs a man by his fucking lip?
The Ghost of Christmas Present.
I guess, man. I'd grab him by his nipple.
When Frank throws water on the waiter and says, "I thought you were Richard Pryor," this was actually a reference to a cocaine-fueled event when Pryor accidentally set himself on fire and ran down a very busy street in L.A.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Richard Pryor did?
Richard Pryor. I knew this. I actually knew this before I wrote it down in the trivia.
Richard Pryor's a jackass.
He's funny, though. You ever seen The Toy?
Who am I thinking of? I'm not thinking of the same fucking person, am I?
He might be. I don't know. Richard Pryor was, he was the guy they actually had in mind for, shit. What's the movie?
Richard Pryor is, who the fuck? Hold on, I'm gonna.
He did a lot of stuff with Gene Wilder. He was supposed to have done the.
Richard Pryor is the black he's not the black stand-up comedian, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I know who Richard Pryor
It's
is.
funny when you say Richard Pryor. Is he the black stand-up comedian? Because there's so few.
Well,
of
back
them.
then, he was like he was
there
the
was,
biggest. He was like
He was one of the biggest ones.
he's
yeah.
one of the, he actually is one of the biggest comedic stand-ups in history.
Yeah.
Honestly.
The guy that said you can hardly see them nipples. He ad-libbed that. He wasn't supposed to say anything.
Yeah, you can hardly see them.
He wasn't supposed to say anything. He just
No, he should have.
Yeah.
that line made it so much better.
Yeah.
You know what would have been even funnier is if like they weren't even the whole conversation that was taking place wasn't even supposed to be about her nipples, but her nipples just happened to be out.
Like they just kind of.
They were just like, hold on a minute, like you know what I mean,
Yeah,
like,
your
and it just
nipples
kind of
are
made
out.
it into the movie.
You
Like
know
this
how
whole,
embarrassing that would be as a girl.
yeah,
You'd be
like oh my god, my nipples were out the whole time, and they left it in the movie.
Tell me. Yeah. All of Bill Murray's acting brothers appear in this film. Only time that's ever happened.
I was gonna say there were a lot of Murrays in the credits.
John, Joel, and Brian. John is James as his on-screen brother.
Yeah.
Brian plays his dad, and Joel was one of the guests at James's party, the one that was sitting there, and he was asking the questions when they were playing the game. Bill Murray ad-libbed most of his lines, and Richard Donner, when discussing Murray's penchant for improvisation, said that directing Murray is like standing on 42nd and Broadway, the lights are out, and you're the traffic cop. I imagine that's true.
That's like I said. I think he was on cocaine. Let's face it. It's not out of the realm of possibility.
I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying that after Belushi died, they were all very serious about taking that seriously.
Okay.
They were all very vocal about that, is all I'm saying.
Vocal.
From what Chris Farley said he wanted to die like Belushi.
And he did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying they all took it very seriously from everything I've ever seen. But maybe they didn't behind the scenes. I don't know. When Frank is startled by an actor who he thinks is the Ghost of Christmas Future, he elbowed Grace in the face. You remember that? When he elbowed her, that was actually real.
Oh, yeah?
Bill Murray hit her by mistake, and they left it in because she said that, it made it more realistic, which it kind of did. I mean, Frank trying to get the audience to participate there at the end was entirely ad-libbed by Bill Murray. And then Bill Murray turned down lead roles in Rain Man, Big, and Cocktail to make this film, as well as a return to Carl Speckler in Caddyshack 2. So
didn't he not like to do sequels anyways? Because
Caddyshack 2 he would have probably done just because he liked Caddyshack so much, and Caddyshack was a favor to Harold, but Harold wasn't involved in Caddyshack 2, so I don't think he probably would have done it anyway.
It wasn't as good anyway.
It was terrible.
He said, because I've seen
he ad-libbed that entire movie, Caddyshack, because he wasn't even supposed to be in it. He just showed up one day and did that Dalai Lama story, and Harold was like, "Yeah, you should do that.
You should be in my movie."
Yeah.
Yeah, but because I've heard him say he didn't. I remember one thing where he said, "I don't like to do sequels," and then he said, "I mean, I've done one, and look at it is Garfield."
Yeah.
I was like, "You did Ghostbusters too."
Right. He's done more.
A lot of actors are like that because they think that sometimes you can't recapture the magic of the first one.
Sometimes the sequels are better.
Sometimes, like Adam Sandler didn't do sequels. He never did a sequel until he did Grown Ups 2. Same as somebody else was like that. Never done a sequel.
Have you ever watched the Grown Up movies? Yeah. Every time I pass one, I stop on it because I like the Grown Up movies. I think.
Yeah, they're not bad.
James,
the first one was
Adam
better.
Sandler.
The first one was better, but they're good.
You guys will really like this. The GEM 134 minigun used by Lee Majors in the beginning of the movie was the same prop. Can you guess which movie?
Predator?
Yep. Used by Jesse Ventura.
I did not even get to guess.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that's awesome.
All of the films.
That's the first movie that comes to mind whenever I think of minigun. That and Terminator 2.
Yeah. All the time in the film's release that they talked about the VCRs, and like how big of a deal it was. I remember thinking to myself, like, why is that such a big deal? Even like when I was a kid, like, why is this such a big deal? We had a VCR. We weren't rich. But apparently at the time, a cost of a VCR, especially the ones that they had in the movie, was $500 to $1,500, depending on the brand or the kind.
Damn,
that
I was thinking like $100, $150.
Came out.
Yeah.
That must have been like when they came out.
Yeah. I know whenever like CD players were coming out and shit, they were like $300 to $400.
Yeah,
like back in the 80s. Well, I'm talking about like CD players, and DVD players were the same way. They were fucking expensive.
Yeah. That's why it would have been a big deal to get.
Blu-ray players, when they first came out, were like $200-$300. Now you can pick them up for $50.
Oh yeah.
Following
9/11, the footage of the airplane blowing up in midair in the violent Scrooge promo was removed for a bit.
I was gonna say I don't remember that in the Scrooge promo.
Yeah, in the violent Scrooge promo.
Yeah, it's in there.
There's a plane that's taking off and it blows up.
Yeah.
I have to watch it.
And the entire violent promotion is now edited out of the TV broadcast altogether.
I believe that.
That's all I got.
Yep.
Oh. Well. Next week, guys, is Joseph's pick?
No, it's your pick. Remember?
No, that's
no,
not.
it's the 28th.
Yeah, his is the 28th.
What?
Yeah.
Are we doing a movie?
That's next week. Is the 28th?
No.
Yeah, today's the 21st.
Oh yeah, it would be you.
Oh.
So next week would be our final pick of the year.
Yeah. Okay, so it's my movie then.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't know, I'm leaving.
Yeah, they don't.
Sad news.
Yeah.
So I'm going to explain it.
Okay.
So Matt decided he wants to get more involved with church. So like that involves going to church on Wednesday nights, which is when we do our podcast. So we were not able to work around the schedule, so he will be exiting the show, but he will definitely be back as a guest quite often. Right, Matt?
Hopefully, yes.
Okay.
It depends. Like I said,
so
things.
So, but he's in, and that's fine. We're not upset. We're just, we will be
just
finding.
Disappointed.
We are disappointed, but we will be finding a replacement to fill his space because it can't just be me and Karen because
we don't like each other that much.
Yeah, like we need a third person in here, man.
Let's face it, guys. I'm not. They need somebody else because I may be funny and stuff. Maybe. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm not really a movie guy. So
that doesn't matter.
No. Okay.
They can leave all the movie stuff up to me and Karen, but we still need a third person. Honestly, it's nice having that person who doesn't know as much.
It's not just that. Like you have to have 3 people to bounce stuff off of. Like you can't just have 2 people going back and forth. It just doesn't.
It's kind of. It makes for a dull conversation.
Not with a reviewer. Not with reviews.
It makes for kind of a dull conversation. Yeah. But we will have all that figured out next week. Because next week we're letting Matt choose the final movie of the year because it's his last episode. So because his church starts after the first of the year. So that being said, next week we will announce who his replacement will be, or honestly, we don't even know who his replacement might be because we might have to feel it out a little bit with some people, because we don't know yet. Honestly, not fully. We're gonna work it out though, and we have somebody in mind. We just don't know for sure yet. I think, right?
I mean, we'll have to see how
things work out. Yeah. Because it's all about chemistry here. Me, Matt, and Karen have been friends for years, and we get along well. We joke with each other, and we can get along. But if we don't have somebody on here, which the person we have in mind, we think will do, he shouldn't be a problem, and I think he'll do great. We don't want to announce it yet. We'll tell you after the show.
Yeah, you can know.
Yeah, because I would kind of like to know.
Yeah. But we don't want to jump the gun yet. But we think he's going to do just fine, and I think he'll be great. So
I think I know who it is, but I'm not sure.
But so anyway, we're going to get into.
So after we play our game, then we'll turn this off, and we can play another game, and you can guess.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I do want to say one last thing. It is 4 days before Christmas, and I just want to let everybody know that we're having a blast doing this with everybody, and we're getting close to the end of the year, and I hope that everybody has a great fucking Christmas, and I hope that everybody gets what they want, and I hope they give everybody something back in return, something, I don't know, just be kind, man.
I also want to let you guys know.
Bless us, everyone.
I just want to make it known to let you guys know. If I could, like I said, we decided to try to see if we could work around a different day.
Right? Yeah. But
So
it's not possible. Yeah.
Yeah. With everybody else,
it wasn't.
Wednesday's perfect for us, so it works out.
I don't want anybody to think that I'm quitting just because I'm not having fun with it. I love doing this.
He hates us. I'm just kidding.
Okay, well, since I thought that I was going to be picking a movie next week, I don't know much information about the movie.
Okay.
But I've watched previews and stuff, so I should be able to.
You've never seen the movie?
No.
Oh, okay.
But
we just told him to do a little background so we could do the.
Oh, you haven't done any of that yet?
No,
no,
I've done a little.
Okay.
I know it, but like I can't name the actors and stuff.
So you said it's from the 70s, though, right?
It is from the 70s.
Okay.
So it's an old movie.
70s, huh?
Yeah. All right. So is it a Western?
No.
Okay.
Is it action?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it Shaft?
No.
Is it an exploitation movie of any kind?
I do not believe so.
Okay.
Is it a male lead?
I do believe so. I'm not sure because, like I said, I haven't seen it, and the previews didn't make it real known.
Is there any well-known actors in it?
Not that I can name right off the top. No. Like I got two really good hints. If you want to know the hints, though.
Oh, I'll get there. I'm not there ready.
Fuck that. I'm ready for a hint. This is the 70s. I don't know a lot of 70s movies.
Oh, I do.
Okay, your hint?
Yeah.
This movie they say did so bad because it came out the same time as Star Wars.
Is it Dune?
No.
Was Dune in the 70s?
Like I said, the only person I think that will be able to pick this is Karen, maybe.
That's a good one.
It's an action flick?
Yes.
Is it like a cop movie?
A what?
Cop movie.
No.
Oh God.
Is it
That sounds so familiar.
Is it fantasy? Like sci-fi?
I think it has sci-fi elements in it.
Okay.
Dune was a good guess.
In the 70s? Because Dune didn't do very good in the 70s, did it? Was it around the same time? I don't even know if it was the same time. I think that might have been 80s.
The movie did very well.
In the 70s. And it came out around the same time as Star Wars?
Yes, and the other hint might help out a lot, too.
All right, I'll take it.
This movie and Star Wars were made by the same company, and they kept taking money out of this movie to put it into the budget of Star Wars. So they were taking money out of the production of this movie to put the money into Star Wars.
He-Man.
Nope.
Damn.
That's a good guess. But I think He-Man was the 80s.
Well, no, the only reason I guessed that one, though, is because like, they had a big budget at the beginning, and then towards the end, there was no budget.
That's
why it really sucks at the end of that movie. Shit.
Fuck, man.
Here, I'll give one more that I know, too. Most of the budget on this movie was spent on one thing.
If I know this movie, when you say it, or when whatever happens, I'm gonna be so pissed. Because I do know quite a few 70s movies. Damn it.
Is it Starman?
No.
I think it's Starman.
Is it a Grindhouse movie?
I do not believe so.
Love Grindhouse movies. Well, no, because it wouldn't be Grindhouse, because Grindhouse is typically...
Was it, hold on a minute. Is it The Last Starfighter?
No.
Same production company, and the first Star Wars was not Lucas Productions, because he didn't start that until after.
This is the stuff that I heard about it. So
who was the first production company for Star Wars?
Oh, fuck, I don't know, man. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I don't know.
That would be cute.
Back then, there weren't a lot of production companies like there is today. You know, there was like...
MGM.
There was that one...
Fox.
There was...
well, Searchlight back then.
Yeah.
There was...
When you guys are done guessing it or whatever, after
Is it Legend?
No. After the video, I'll show you guys the preview for it.
Okay. This
I'm trying to think.
sucks.
So is it a drama?
No.
So it's just an action movie.
Yes.
And there's elements of
sci-fi.
Of sci-fi. Like alien sci-fi, like space sci-fi?
No.
Is it technology sci-fi? Like technology sci-fi, kind of like.
It could be considered. What would you consider a nuke?
Nuke?
Like Hiroshima? Like
yeah.
Like the
A-bomb.
A-bomb?
Yeah.
Is it what was the name of that movie? Dr. Lovecraft?
Oh yeah, Dr. Strangelove.
Dr. Strangelove, yeah.
No. I will.
That was
okay.
early 80s.
I will
think.
say
it was made to look old.
I'm going to give you guys another guess because I really want you to guess it. It is post-apocalyptic.
From the 70s. Fuck.
I might be pissed if I know this movie because all of this stuff sounds so familiar.
It's definitely not something I've seen.
And then when you guys decide if you got it or if you don't, then just if you
do we
can't
ever
get it,
give
just,
up at any point? Is that a thing?
Yeah, like,
we can.
I'm just waiting until either of you. If you guys don't get it, I'm just.
I think it has to be
go,
unanimous though.
Yeah, you guys just go. We don't
think
got
we both
it.
have to give up together. Fuck, man, this is a tough one. You said it's post-apocalyptic. It's
same production. That's what I feel like
elements.
is the biggest. Same production company as Star Wars. I feel like that's the best. They were taking money.
Because, like I said, I don't think you guys will ever guess it, but I really want you guys to get it.
Is it like a well-known one though? Like, does a lot of people talk about it, or not even amongst like a cult classic or anything like that?
I've never heard about this movie until just recently, and I've never heard about it before.
Not even amongst like cult classic.
No. So, yeah, if it is a cult classic, I've never heard them.
Are there monsters or anything like that in it?
Yeah.
Okay. Like mutants or just
Mutants.
Mutants, okay. Mutants. Why haven't I heard of this movie? Like this.
Chud?
No.
Oh, damn. Because that was late 70s.
This is going to be the oldest movie that we've done on this show.
Yeah, probably.
1977.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not the stuff, because that's not necessarily monsters.
It's not horror. Would it be horror?
It might be considered horror.
Well, that's what I was thinking, like, because the stuff was like an alien creature kind of thing,
yeah.
and then...
It's what it is it's mutated creatures.
Yeah, that's why I was going
like, okay, maybe this will help you with it more. It's got giant scorpions in it.
Nope.
Why does this sound so familiar all of a sudden?
I got nothing. That totally threw me way out in left field.
I went straight to Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, that's one of the only movies I can think of that has a giant scorpion in it.
Yeah.
Too. But that's not it. I don't even think that came out in 1977.
I've never seen anything with a giant scorpion in it, I don't think. I didn't even watch Scorpion King.
I'm going to say... Man, you might have me stumped on this one.
I'm officially tapping out.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to tap out on this one, man. I don't know. I can't even think of a good question to ask.
Way to go, man.
Because you said there's no, like, big actors in it.
Not that I can think of.
Not that you can think of.
Well, here. Let me see.
Give us some actors. How about that?
Yeah. Give us
name
some
us
actors.
some actors because you may not know them, but we might. Because I want to guess this movie too, but
I know. I'm like this challenge.
And I'm like, fuck that, dude. I don't want to give up that easy. Like,
it's not easy though.
Yeah, we're getting pretty late on this video on this.
That's what I'm
recording,
saying, man.
But damn it, I'm kind of like I like this game, so I don't like giving up on it.
And I'm actually engaged this time. How
There you go.
George Peppered.
Peppered.
I don't know who that is.
Seeing if I'm okay. Paul Winfield.
No, I don't know who that is either.
Let me see if I can get some more pictures of some people.
It's not Crawl, is it?
No. Seaman Glass. Mark L. Taylor.
Interesting name.
You're right. No, I don't know any of them people. You're right.
Yeah, those are the only ones that I could see that might. Yeah, hold on. Let's see if I can get this guy to. See, Paul Winfield, he died, but he was in.
As people do.
See, he is. See if he was in Tyson in 1995. Yeah, I thought he looked familiar, but it might just be. I'm trying to see if there's any recent movies that he was in before he died. No, none of these movies are even movies that I think he even heard of here.
Yeah, I'm stumped, man. I don't know.
Okay, so you both gave up?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to forfeit.
Damnation Alley.
I never would have never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
You're right. We never would have guessed that fucking movie.
I will show you guys a preview afterwards, but
Okay.
it's Damnation Alley, and I do believe we can watch it on YouTube. There is how I found out about it was there was a guy doing a thing of it for YouTube, and that's how he told you it was him and this little girl. This
Yeah,
it was
it's
an
not
adult
available
woman.
on any streaming services.
Sweet. So this is gonna be a tough one to get a hold of.
No, you said YouTube.
Just YouTube.
Yeah, so I do believe it's on YouTube, and if not, it's on a thing. I think the guy, the thing that I was going to see it on was called Creature Feature, something like that, and it was a guy talking about it. But yeah,
It's another one. It's not even on Shudder.
No. Action, adventure, science fiction hour, 31 minutes.
Okay.
1977.
All right.
yeah, and then like I said, after this, I'll show you guys the trailer to it.
Okay.
You want the synopsis?
Yeah, go ahead.
Following World War III, 4 survivors at a desert military installation attempt to drive across the desolate wasteland of America to Albany, where they hope more survivors are living, using especially built vehicles to protect themselves against the freakish weather, mutated plant and animal life, and other dangers encountered along the way.
Okay, that does sound pretty baller. I do like that plot synopsis. I'll be honest, that does sound pretty sweet.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, but remember, when you watch it, don't get me too harsh on it. It is from 1977.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we always take the year it's dated.
Yeah, and then
into account.
I also want to
I always do
because
whenever I watch something.
I was going to
You
watch
can't be
it.
a little harsh, though.
Sometimes,
Even taking that into consideration.
I was going to
sometimes.
Like I told, I was going to watch it, but then I got 5 minutes in, and I was like, nah, I kind of want to watch this with the group, do the whole movie review on it.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So that is it then, and I hope everybody has a good Christmas and a good New Year, and be safe and cautious of other people.
Well,
and,
we'll be here again before the New Year.
Yeah.
Well, but either way,
Anyway.
they should still be safe.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Okay, bye.
And happy holidays, and happy Hanukkah, and
I think Happy Holidays covers.
what's the other one Feliz Navidad.
That means Merry Christmas and
Happy Hanukkah.
Spanish. He said Happy Hanukkah.
What's the one that's I think it's big in
Happy
Africa?
Kwanzaa.
Yeah, Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
Kwanzaa, that's the one.
That's what I was about to say.
Okay.
Yeah, smart stuff.
Okay.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.